I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go to the track tonight. But we still got racing tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. All live here on G-Force TV.
It's going to start to get interesting here, especially as the night goes on, not only for the rest of the week, but right here on the Little O. And just like that, we're ready to go back to green flag racing here. Trent Lindbergh and Clayton Hagar there. Your top two single file restart rolling around. Let's see if Hagar has anything for the 3 machine, who's been bad fast so far.
Green flag is back out for Trent Lindbergh.
Lindbergh immediately jumps out to a big gap to second place. Clayton Hagar there trying to catch up, but he's got a massive gap to catch up to, but he's creating his own gap back to Aubrey Penner in the 00 Junior. Top 3 are all spread out, and they instantly go to work on putting some lap traffic down as there's 2 laps left to go.
Lindbergh with 2 laps left to go, been untouchable so far. Clayton Hagar still sitting in the second spot. Gulf Depot white flag is out for Lindbergh.
Lindbergh's got nobody in front of him, nobody behind him here. Take it around for the final time, and Trent Lindbergh will win heat race number 1 for these beginner flat carts. Clayton Hagar will come home in second, and Aubrey Penner will roll it in third. That'll do it for this first round of heats for these beginner flat carts, and getting ready to roll out next is the new division, or second new division if you'd like to call it, for these flat carts, the intermediate flat carts. And oh boy, do we have a stacked lineup. Tons of carts here tonight. This intermediate class is definitely going to be pretty big.
Oh, just a wee bit.
Yeah. See some names here. We regularly see the 9D of Tovin De Lima, the 28M of Macy Defoy there, the 88 of Rowan Reed, and rolling out onto the track. 8 laps the distance in Heat 1A. Rolling off first is Mac Lewis in the 05. And in second, it's the 28 of Macy Defoy. In third, it's the 7G of Ryan Grisat. And in fourth, it's Zach Lindbergh in the 628. In fifth, it's Tovin De Lima in the 90. And in sixth, it's Elliot Stacy in the 18. In seventh, it's Thomas McGill in the 629. And in eighth, it's Cale Brunning in the 19. And rounding out the field and rolling off ninth is Rowan Reed in the 88. Yellow flag is still out as the carts are pacing around here. So yeah, a lot of names you usually see. You have the junior flat champion, Tovin De Lima. He's there in this heat race. Some of his typical competitors there, Rowan Reed, Macy Defoy there. So local guys plus some new ones there. Of course, rolling off first in this heat race, Mac Lewis.
I believe we're working out some transponder issues.
A lot of transponders, and a lot of these guys are coming out from Maryville too. I had to go pick up some extra transponders today to get them ready for going. So,
not just Maryville though. We got some from Brighton. We've got some from Route 1.
Little Middleton.
Little Middleton. Yep, that's the one closest to here, I believe. Some of our drivers dabble there too.
Yep, that's a gorgeous track for micro sprints. Just perfect.
Complete opposite of here. That is a smaller track. The Big O here is
it's like a track perfectly built for micro sprints. It's pretty sweet going in there and you roll into the tree line. So pretty good. And of course, always had to have drivers, especially in these like junior racing divisions or flat carts, micro sprints. Always good to have the community come together, especially for an event like this. But rolling out for the green flag for the first heat race of the intermediate division, Mac Lewis is going to lead him off going down the front stretch.
3 wide there for the lead down the front straightaway. 4 wide behind them. This is a fun start to this heat race.
Tovin De Lima showing why he's the champion here in the Microsprint Nationals. He's jumping out to a good start here. Let's see if he's got anything for that 18 machine.
3 around there on corner number 2. That'll bring out the caution flag. Elliot Stacy jumped out to a good lead there. Tovin De Lima in the second spot.
Rowan Reed definitely a bit displeasure there. See it in the hand movements. She'll rejoin the field. And we should be just about ready to go racing again. But yeah, Elliott Stacy blasted out to a great start there. And then Tovin DeLima, he was right there in that 9D machine showing that track expertise.
Okay, drivers, lights are out. And if that last name Lindbergh sounds familiar, kids of Gary Lindbergh, modified driver out in Merrittville. So Money Matt Williamson's here tonight too. So some big names in the house here tonight. Carter Larner, the green flag in hand, and we are back underway.
Elliott Stacy rockets out to the lead. Tovin DeLima follows in suit. Same with the rest of the field. They stay single file going down the backstretch, and the top 5 starts to spread out from the rest of the field.
Battle for second here. Tovin DeLima holding on to the spot as they make their way down the back straightaway. Elliott Stacy still your leader, jumping out to a good lead.
That 628 machine of Zach Lindbergh is duking out for Tovin DeLima. He'll put Tovin a spot back. Yellow flag is back out. Macy DeFoy went for a little bit of a spin there. She's pointing in the right direction. We'll spin it back around and we'll rejoin the field. She was having a pretty good battle with the 7G of Ryan Grisat.
Caution flags back out. We'll get them all single file back up. Elliott Stacy still your leader. Oliver Lindbergh and Tovin DeLima, the top 3 so far.
Tovin DeLima, so far in this heat race, has been fighting for that spot. 2 outsiders, Zach Lindbergh and the 18 of Elliott Stacy, are coming in, and they are not making it easy for the GSR Junior Flat champion, Tovin DeLima. Coming back to the green flag here, Elliott Stacy and Zach Lindbergh, and they're going to duke it out off the launch. Stacy's going to lead them down the backstretch, but Zach Lindbergh's right on their tail.
1 around and 1 and 2. You're going to go yellow again. Macy DeFoy not able to get it spun around in time. So we are back under caution.
Another spin for the 28 of Macy DeFoy, and I believe that will put her out in this heat race. Getting the call to park it for this heat race, the 28 of Macy DeFoy. Still another heat race to go for this run. We got 4 heat races for this intermediate flat kart class. As Macy DeFoy pulls it off. Elliott Stacy, Zach Lindbergh, Tovin DeLima. That's your top 3 right now. Golf Depot white flags out. Ready to go again.
Pacing around for 1 more lap. And we'll go back underway. Elliott Stacy, Trent Lindbergh, and Tovin DeLima still the top 3 for this one. Carter Long, the green flag in hand. We're back underway.
Green flag launches, and Elliott Stacy once again holds on to the lead, rolling in down the backstretch now. That top 3 starts to pull away from the rest of the field, and we are halfway home. That 18 of Elliott Stacy still in the lead. And yellow flag is back out. Rowan Reed and Mac Lewis there. Rowan Reed waiting to spin back around. She'll rejoin the field here.
4 laps in the books, still 4 to go. Golf Depot white flag is out. 1 more lap till we go green.
Elliott Stacy back on the gas. Green flag is back out. And Elliott Stacy in that 18 machine immediately starts to pull away with the lead.
Top 3 all single file out. Elliott Stacy looking to make a gap. 2 laps left to go for him. Trent Lindbergh still sitting in the 2nd spot.
That 628 machine of Lindbergh will have a last chance shot here as the Golf Depot white flags out. 1 more time around for Elliott Stacy. Does Zach Lindbergh have anything for the 18 machine?
Elliott Stacy picks up the win over Trent Lindbergh, and Tove and DeLima round out the top 3 for this one. Still one more intermediate heat to go, Heat 1B. All lined up and ready to go. 2 divisions after this one. And then we'll invert the fields and go for second round of heats.
One thing I did not notice, and I just figured out, is the mascots here tonight. So that's interesting to see. Rolling out now for the Heat Race 1B, rolling off first, it's Riker Hall in the 22, and in second, it's the 88X of Jamison Kane. In third, it's Lucas Bergman in the 88L, and in fourth, it's Jack Ruchai in the 17R. In fifth, it's Ryan Fontaine in the 50JR, and in sixth, it's Shakira General in the 44. In seventh, it's Liam Schwedek in the 28, and in eighth, it's Callum Clements in the 88C. Golf Depot white flags out. One more time around before we send off this Heat Race 1B of intermediate karts.
The yellow flag is back out. We're not going green.
Some transponder issues will keep us under the yellow flag for now.
Come on, you guys, go single file here. In the order that you went out in. We'd like to thank Tri-City Bearings. Tri-City Bearings, your local supplier of bearings and power transmission equipment, bringing old school service back to life. Tri-City Bearings, one of our proud sponsors here at Ohsweken Speedway. Glad to have them on board. Transponder issues are halting this heat race as we try and figure them out. A ton of drivers here, and didn't have the normal amount of transponders.
Yeah, the second set of transponders here is coming into play tonight. I mean, me personally, I don't know anything about transponders, so I couldn't tell you what's wrong. I mean, there's a reason why I'm talking instead of scoring.
We don't have the brains for that kind of power. We'll leave that to Kenzie and Shelby.
Yeah, we don't have brains, period. That's why Kenzie and Shelby do it.
We're just talking.
Yeah, we can tell you what's going on. We can tell you what we see.
The anchor man. No.
Yeah. the anchor man. Where's the fried pickles? Oh boy.
We ain't eating them.
Yeah, keyword we.
I already know the turn 3 cameraman's shaking his head right now.
Oh, turn 3 cameraman is very displeased with us.
Try the pickles, he tells us. We have yet to try the pickles.
Well, just got the call that transponders are good to go, so we should be ready to send this heat race off. Carter Long has got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand, and that gorgeous looking 22 machine of Riker Hall is ready to send us off next time around. The 22 of Riker Hall, who will be leading him to the green flag, doesn't have a transponder, so I believe that could be related to one of the issues. Carter Long's got the green flag in his hand, though, so he's ready to send him off for the first one of the night.
We are underway for Heat Race 1B. Green flag is out.
Riker Hall will lead him going down the backstretch there. Ryan Fontaine, who was pretty fast last week, he's making a challenge with the 88X. And three-way battle for that third place spot. That 88 machine was involved in there too.
Ryan Fontaine sitting in the third spot. Looks to the inside of the 88 machine, not able to make anything happen.
The 88 of Bergman was right in there trying to make something happen. Still a bit of a gap to get up to that 22 spot of Hall. Don't forget Ryan Fontaine back there too, and that 88X of Jamison Kane there. A lot of drivers involved, but action starts to single file out here, but it looks like we're going to have a battle for the lead. Riker Hall and Bergman, they're tail to tail.
Bergman looks to the inside, not able to make anything happen on Riker Hall, who's still your leader.
Riker Hall there rolling around, but he's facing a lot of heat from that red 88L machine. Bergman looks to go on the outside. Tries to make something happen, and he'll give him a little bump and run, and there's going to duke it out side by side going into turn 1 and 2.
Riker Hall down to the inside, side by side down the back straightaway. Hall now in the lead. Bergman looking to the inside, not able to make anything happen.
Last chance shot for Bergman as he's going down the backstretch, gets a little bit more contact with Riker Hall. They're side by side going to the turn. Who's going to have the edge? It's Bergman, and he'll get the heat race win.
Riker Hall picks up the second spot, and Ryan Fontaine rounds out the top 3. And up next, the William Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints for their 10-lap heat race.
12 opens here tonight. That's going to be an interesting heat race. I can already see a lot of the typical guys and some new karts here.
12 karts here tonight. This will be an exciting one. Always fun to watch these karts.
Oh, yeah. Starting to roll out now. Some gorgeous looking karts.
Starting on the pole for this one. At a well into the 96 machine, it's the champion, Brennan Hager, and his outside at a Simcoe in the 13 machine, that is Race McConnell. Rolling off for the third spot at a Dorchester in the 7 machine, that's Jack Smolders, and his outside also at a Dorchester in the 00, that's Greg Smolders. Rolling off for the 5th spot at a St. Thomas in the 11B, that is Norm Brunette, and his outside at a Harrisburg in the 71 machine, that's Ryan Wilson. Rolling off for the 5th spot, or for the 7th spot rather, at a Hagersville in the 24K, that's Kiana Teal, and her outside at a Six Nations at the 0J, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller. Rolling off from the 9th spot in the 41 machine, that's Jack Burbridge, and his outside at a Burlington in the 11 machine, that's Jacob Ross. And rolling off from the 11th spot at a Woodstock in the 13G, that is Shelby G, and her outside at a Hagersville in the 4 car, that is Chris Teal.
Was wondering who was driving the other 4 machine. That answers the question.
Yeah, he dabbles in the karts at least once this season, so I guess this was the night to do it.
Would make sense. The big show here, the Micro Sprint Nationals. It's gorgeous. Looks like a Friday night. That's how many karts we got.
No Riley Mercer. Guess he's a big shot for us now, and the crates doesn't want to step in an open.
One heat race, so he's gone now, but don't forget, we will have a conversation with Brennan Hager, who is the Open champion, but he was also last week's Larry Gartley Memorial Performer of the Week. So stick around for intermission where we have a word where he'll reflect on his championship and ask him how he's feeling tonight, going up against some of the outsiders for the Micro Sprint Nationals win here tonight.
He is starting on the pole for this one, and so he's got to jump for a good starting position in the feature event tonight.
Chris Teal looks to have some sort of problems. He comes to a stop in turn 3.
Superman Trevor DeMore up there. He'll give Chris Teal a push, and he is fired back up.
The kart comes to life and will pace around, getting ready to rejoin the field. That 13 machine of Race McConnell is a gorgeous looking GSR kart. The blue really shines there. It's a nice contrast to the 96 of Brennan Hager there, so gorgeous looking karts here ready to roll off. Don't forget the Smolders and their nice looking machines there. A couple other good cars like come to mind, Flying Ryan Wilson, and Johnny Miller there.
Greg Smolders used to run crate sprints. Don't believe he ran last year at all either, but dabbling in the open micro sprints next to his son, Jack Smolders, to his inside in the 7 machine. And the white flag is shown one more lap till we go green.
That 00 of Greg Smolders there has a little bit of smoke coming out as we saw it going to the front stretch, and Chris Seal stopped again. Got him refired back up, and he'll come to the rest of the field. But Carter Long's got the green flag in his hand. We're finally ready to send him off, and the champion, Brennan Hager, is going to lead him down the front stretch.
Hager leads him down the back straightaway. Brunette sitting in the second spot. Kiana Teal looks to the inside. Teal goes around. Smolders goes around too. That'll bring out the caution flag. So Greg Smolders in the 0-0 and Kiana Teal both spun around there in 3 and 4.
Everybody got squarely right off the jump there. Race McConnell just launched super wide there in that 13 machine. I think they were almost 4 wide rolling around the turns there, so there's no short of action here, and this is only the first heat race for these open micro sprints. Let's take a look at the replay.
Looked like Teal trying to sneak it onto the inside of Norm Brunette, and just kind of looped it around there, and everybody avoided that, so good job on them.
Yep, Greg Smolders gets it refired, and now Kiana Teal comes to a stop. Believe she just needs a push, waving over for the pace buggy. Superman gets in there.
I can't tell if he likes that nickname or not, but stuck with him now.
That's what we need to do an intermission interview for. The real Larry Gilmore Performer of the Week. Getting everybody fired back up and ready to roll, so our races run cleanly here.
Now we got to figure out the lineups here. Brennan Hager, still your leader. I can tell you that much, but on back, I'm a little fuzzy.
Yeah, I mean, my brain kind of started to fog up. They immediately launched out and everybody started to get jumbly. That's what we have technology for, trying to figure out these lineup issues. Brendan Hager jumped out to a great lead. He immediately started to pull away from the rest of the field there, so that's good to see that the home track hero can jump out to a good start here.
And I like to make mention the concession stand is open at the big blue building. At the very back and onto the left side, there are washrooms. So just to make note of that, Carter Long waving the Golf Depot white flag. One more lap till we get it back underway. Brennan Hager, Race McConnell on the front row. Norm Brunette, Jack Smolders in the second row.
Don't forget, watch some heavy hitters back there. Johnny Miller, Flying Ryan, Ryan Wilson, and Kiana Teal, last week's Larry Garley Memorial Performer of the Week. Green flag's back out, and Brendan Hager's ready to lead him off once again.
3 wide going into corner number 1. Norman Brunette down to the inside. Ryan Wilson now sitting in the third spot. Jack Smolders just sends it in the middle. Slide job and Race McConnell. And McConnell goes around.
Smolder and McConnell were flying like a freight train around the outside. McConnell just couldn't hold on to it and takes it for a bit of a solo spin there. Should be pretty innocent and refire them back up and send them back out for this first heat race of the night for these Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints.
71 over the 11.
71 over 11. 71 in front of 11.
And we got Race McConnell spun back around. And we'll push him off. And he'll join the tail end of the field.
While we got time, we'd like to thank the sponsor of the Open Micro Sprints, Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling. At Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling, they're a family-owned and operated business with many years of experience in providing top-notch residential and heating and cooling services. Their team of experts is dedicated to offering you the best service possible, from estimates to installation to repair. They take pride in their work and strive for 100% customer satisfaction. Their goal is to build lasting relationships with customers and ensure that they receive the best service possible. So once again, thank you very much to Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling, the sponsor of these Open Micro Sprints. Gonna pull the name out from the old chest, dust it off. Last year's top cheddar, if you ever remember that. Maybe we should keep that one in the chest.
Yeah, lock that and throw away the key.
Yeah, throw the chest off the bridge.
Chain a brick around it, and we ain't ever gonna find that again.
Mob style ending. Bottom of the sea. Chris Teal has gone to a stop there on the outside of turn 3 and 4.
And don't forget, tomorrow night we got the Mini Stock Nationals, Thunder Stock Nationals. Friday night, Freight Sprint Car Nationals, and on the Saturday, the Northern Sprint Car Nationals. Going to be an exciting weekend. DJ Christie in the house. He'll be one of your drivers on Saturday night in the main event.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting, especially as the week comes on. 20,000 to win, 2,000 to start on Saturday. The Sprint Car Nationals, things are going to get heated. Don't forget, it's 5,000 to win tomorrow and 200 to start. The Stock Car Nationals, things are going to get interesting there. But let's take a look back here at the Open Micro Sprints. Brendan Hager on the single file restart will lead him down the front stretch.
Hager leading him down the match straightaway. Wilson to the inside of Brunette as they work their way through 3 and 4. Ryan Wilson now in the second spot, 3 wide for third.
Johnny Miller and Brunette there, they were involved in that. Brendan Hager's continuing to widen out his gap from first to second. Flying Ryan Wilson's got some good pace, but now he's going to start to face some heat from the 0J of Johnny Miller.
Miller up to the third spot. Jacob Ross in the 11 machine all over the back end of the 0J. Kiana Teal making her way back up to the top of the pack. Cross flags are out. 5 laps left to go.
Trying to make something happen on that 11 machine. Kiana Teal's running a good inside line. Things are starting to get a bit dusty and hectic here, but Brendan Hager's still out by a good gap. Yellow flag is back out.
Shelby G goes around there on corner number 4. That'll bring out the caution flag. 6 laps in the books. 4 laps left to go. We'll get them racked back up.
Should be pretty soon before we get these carts back up. Just looked like one innocent solo spin there. So things are going to get pretty interesting here. And then up next we have our senior flat carts. They're all lined up and ready to go there. Some heavy hitters there going to duke it out, and things are going to be pretty interesting in that class, watching some of the outsiders come to town. Back here, yellow flag is still out, and getting Shelby G a push back off. Cart starts to run and will rejoin the field there. And there's a look at your top 3. 3 drivers who you will typically see here on the Thursday night. Brendan Hager, Ryan Wilson, and Johnny Miller.
4 laps left to go for Brendan Hager as they pace their way back to the green flag. Carter Long will send them off. We're back underway.
Brendan Hager jumps out to a bit of a lead here, and Johnny Miller's immediately going to start working on the 71 machine. Everybody gets a little bit jumbled there. Alyssa Brunette, she gets a little bit squirrely there. Ryan Wilson on the outside in his 71 machine, and we got a battle for third place.
Jacob Ross now in the third spot. Ryan Wilson looking to the inside. Gets the cart unsettled, and he'll have to go to work again.
Wilson trying to make something happen on that 11 machine of Ross as the laps keep winding down. Golf Depot white flags out. One more time around for your leader, Brendan Hager, and he's got nobody behind him.
And the 7 machine at Jack Smolders goes around. That'll bring out the caution flag. We were on the final lap, but we're going to have to rack them back up and try at it again one more time.
Yeah, this is going to make an interesting finish here. Everybody gets just a little bit closer every lap. So going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. And then don't forget, this will set everybody up for the next round, or will not set everybody up, but we'll get going for the next round of heats, which will follow suit after our first senior flat.
11, 71. After 71, the 11 B, 24K, 0013R.
Getting the lineup figured out here under the yellow flag, just about ready to roll off again.
Brendan Hager still your leader over Johnny Miller, Jacob Ross, Ryan Wilson, and Norm Brunette round out the top 5.
Carter's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand. Shouldn't be long before we send these carts back off racing again. Let's see if Brennan Hager can continue his success that he's had in this heat race, or if Johnny Miller can put his foot in the door and make a challenge for the win. Slow trudge around the backstretch. Car's about to come to life here. Green flag back out, and Brennan Hager will lead him into the turn once again.
Jacob Ross peeks his nose to the inside of Johnny Miller as they make their way into corners 3 and 4. Golf Depot, white flag is out for Brennan Hager one more time around.
He's holding on to that spot pretty good. And flying Ryan Wilson's trying to make a challenge on Jacob Ross to the 11, but out front, Brennan Hager will get the win in heat race number 1 for the open micro sprint. Johnny Miller in second, and Jacob Ross will take it home in third. That'll do it for this first round of heats for these open micro sprints, and getting ready to roll it next. We got 2 heats in the senior flats.
Huffman Home Improvement Senior Flat Carts are up next. 8 laps to distance for their heat, starting on the pole for this one. At Hamilton in the 33 machine, that's Ron McGarry. And his outside in the 28 machine, that's Cameron Book. Rolling on for the 3rd spot. In the 90, that's Chris DeLima. At his outside of the 71, that is Jamie Ruchai. Rolling on for the 5th spot in the 45 machine, that is Jamie Porter. And his outside of the 15, that is Anthony Verdi. Rolling on for the 7th spot in the 78 machine, that's Matt Reed. And his outside in the 9 machine, that is Carter Gabry. Rolling off for the 9th spot in the 3 machine, that's Liam Daniels. And his outside in the 166, that is Elaine Hobb. And rounding out the field in the 44B, that is Cameron Ohm.
Cameron Ohm here messaged me a couple days ago saying that he was going to give it a shot here at the Microsprint Nationals and one of the general machines. So another driver you're going to want to keep your eye out on. Raced a crate sprint a while ago, so some more young talent coming back here for the Microsprint Nationals. Card along with the green flag in his hand and ready to send us off in heat race 1A.
McGarry leads him down the back straightaway. Cameron Book sitting in the 2nd spot. He'll look to the inside. Caution flag is out. We've got 2 around there in corners 1 and 2.
McGarry and DeLima instantly pulled away as soon as the green flag was dropped, so gonna make it a tough challenge for a lot of drivers back here in the field.
9B and 71 for original return.
Taking a look at the replay here. Couple carts involved there. Still trying to get things figured out on that 71 machine.
71 of Jamie Ruchai trying to get it fired back up, but having a bit of trouble there.
Wait, who?
9B and 41 or 44, whatever Rocky County was. 71 today? Is that 71?
The 71 is Jamie Ruche.
Okay, well, he's tail and 9.
Ruchai getting sent to the tail for the spin. Carter's got the yellow flag still in his hand, but we should be just about ready to go here. Lineup looks good to me. Just got the call, so white flag's back out, and one more time around before we send these carts off again.
They'll pace their way around the racetrack one more time. Carter Long picks up the green flag, ready to cut them loose. Ron McGarry sitting on the pole. Camera book to his outside. We are back underway.
Ron McGarry will drag race side by side with Cameron Book as they start to spread out from the rest of the pack. Anthony Vert's going to make a challenge, and he'll jump up to the 2nd place spot, leading them, but he's got a lot of heat as the entire rest of the field is right on his tail.
McGarry leading him down the back straightaway. He'll get a challenge for the lead. Side by side, Ron McGarry had the nose, and we've got a new leader.
Things are starting to heat up here. Anthony Verdi and Ron McGarry, they're in a pretty intense battle in the middle of the pack. Other than that, action's starting to single file out here, but all eyes are on the 15 and the 33 as they're duking it out.
Liam Daniels, your leader. Crew chief for Mike Bowman in the 71 machine.
Daniels has got a great run in that 3 machine.
top three are all outsiders. Liam Daniels, Gabriel, and Porter. Ron McGarry sitting in the 5th spot.
2 more laps to go left for your leaders. Yellow flag is back out. I believe that is Chris De Lima there.
Caution flag is back out. 2 laps left to go for Heat 1A.
Things are gonna start to get heated from here. You know, maybe I should try the pickles. To be an internal.
Can we DoorDash it into the building, or?
Well, that's what Shelby's for. No, I'm kidding.
She shook her head yes, I think. And we'd like to thank McHugh Supply with over 160 years of experience. My read just went off the screen, so we'd like to thank McHugh Supply. It's back on the screen. With over 160 years of experience, McHugh Supply is Southwestern and Central Ontario's most trusted HVAC wholesale distributor of home comfort products. McHugh Supply continually adapts to ever-changing technological and regulatory. I'm having a hard time through this one. Regulatory landscape of the HVAC industry with one objective in mind: how to better serve you. McHugh Supply, thank you for your sponsorship here at Ohsweken Speedway, and sorry for the trouble getting through that read.
Green flag's back out here, and Daniels in the 3 machine will lead him, but he's facing some heat from the rest of the pack. He's going to have to fight with tooth and nail if he wants to take home that win in the heat race.
Golf Depot white flag is out for Liam Daniels as he makes his way through corners 1 and 2. Caution flag is out.
I believe that is the 28 of Cameron Book. Bit of a spin there. One lap left to go. It's going to be a 1-lap shootout for Heat Race 1A for these Huffman Home Improvements Senior Flats.
Again, 45, 166, 33, 44B, 15, 78.
Trying to get the lineup all figured out. Ron McGarry sitting in the 5th spot. And other than that, the top 4 is all outsiders. So,
I mean, that is where most of these drivers are racing in. A lot of flat kart drivers are coming in from around. This is probably the most common style of go-kart racing here is a flat kart. So not a surprise to see that this most stacked class is all outsiders. But back under the green flag here, Daniels will lead them off down the backstretch. And we'll take it to the white flag one more time around. Let's see if he can hold on.
Liam Daniels makes his way down the back straightaway for the final time. He's got drivers all over the back end of that 3 machine. Liam Daniels picks up the win.
That'll do it for Heat Race 1A, and 1B is just about ready to roll out here.
Heat 1B all lined up for their 8-lap heat race, starting on the pole for this one. And the 18 machine, that is Adam Stisilla. And to his outside of the 76, that is Ty Goudreau. Rolling on for the 3rd spot in the 14D, that is Caleb Dick. And to his outside of the 44, that is Robbie General. Rolling on for the 5th spot in the 12 machine, that's Nicholas Boyd. And to his outside of the 73, that is Mike Miller. And rolling on for the 7th spot in the 751, that is Nick Kublow. Rolling off to his outside of the 33H, that is Mark Husband. And rolling off for the 9th spot in the 66 machine, that's Bailey Salt. Rolling off for the 10th spot, Jack McPhail in the 42 machine. And rounding out the field in the 27C, that is Nick Diltz.
Can you take 2 extra laps, Jeff?
What's that?
Can you take a couple extra laps?
Calling for a couple extra laps here, pacing around before we go back, or go to some green flag racing here. My mind's still stuck in the last heat race. This is the last heat race in the first rotation of heat races. So now the Mobile 1 beginner micro sprints are starting to get lined up for their second heat, or second set of heats. Then after we run through the classes again, we will have a quick intermission where we'll talk to Brennan Hegger and see how he's feeling heading into the Micro Sprint Nationals feature event. So you're always going to want to stick around. There's action all throughout the night.
No Hunter Hill this week. He flipped his cart in the feature last week and not able to make it out for his box stock Micro Sprint Nationals. That is tough to see.
Yeah, that's disappointing, but show must go on here. So, still pacing around, getting ready to roll here. Carter's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand, so it won't be long before we send him off for heat race 1B.
Heat 1B full of familiar drivers. Some of these guys we've seen weekly. Some of them have popped into Ohsweken Speedway a few times this season. Nick Diltz comes to mind. Ty Goudreau's popped in a couple of times. Nick Kupalo picked up some wins here. Carter Long, the green flag in hand, and we are back underway.
Stastilla rockets out to a lead, rolling through turn 1 2, and already we got a bit of a spin there, and the 14 machine keeps it collected there and will stay under green.
A challenge for the lead as they make their way down the back straightaway. Adam Stastilla still your leader.
Stastilla starting to pull away there, but he's facing some heat from the 76 of Gaudreau. Nicholas Boyd in the 12, he's making some challenge there. Don't forget Nick Kupalo in the 751. He's in the mix trying to make something happen.
Cross flags are out for Adam Stastilla and Ty Goudreau.
Boyd runs high there, and that's making it a bit of a challenge as Kupalo and General, they'll fly by and take the spot from the 12 machine. Kupalo's running on that inside line, and he's now trying to hold off General in the 44 machine.
Two laps left to go for Ty Goudreau, who's out in front, goes around. He was in the lead, and that'll bring out the caution flag. That is a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that sucks. Adds to the long list of drivers who have lost control on the last lap. Coincidence? Conspiracy theories? Or just plain bad luck here? Yellow flag is out with 2 laps left to go. Let's take a look at the replay. Just an innocent spin there. Sucks to see, but he'll rejoin the lineup here.
This track slicked off real quick. I don't think people are expecting that. So that definitely is playing into effect.
Yeah, typically with some of the weather that we haven't had amazing weather all season. We've been plagued a little bit. So we've had a bit of a bog there down in turns 1 and 2 occasionally. That's why we lose the bottom line, but also adds for some great racing when we do. But this track is pretty much near close to perfect, or a dream track that you would want. It's slick all the way up to the high side. We've got a lot of lines for racing here. It's just who makes use of them and who doesn't.
6 laps on the board so far. 2 laps left to go for Adam Stastilla, who's out in front. Ty Goudreau sent to the back after that spin. And it looks like the lineup is good, and we'll be going green here shortly.
I wouldn't doubt it if Gaudreau would make a charge back up to a top 5 position. He's got the speed. He's just got to be able to navigate the traffic here. Adam Stastilla and Nick Kupalo. General in the 44, and Nicholas Boyd there. Some of your typical front runners here on a regular Thursday night. Coming to the green flag here, Adam Stastilla will lead them off.
Stastilla leads him down the back straightaway, all single file, 1 around. At the bottom of 2, Golf Depot white flag is out, caution flag's out.
That is the 14 machine, who had a spin there earlier in the race.
The 14 was your caution.
White 33 took the pylon out.
Okay.
Same spot, so the yellow flag will remain out for now.
Must be banana peel out there. Mario Kart.
The pylon should be painted yellow to represent banana peels for how many incidents have spun cars out by tackling some pylons there.
Poor pylons. We need a sponsor that just supplies pylons.
We need football padding for the pylons.
They take some abuse week in and week out. They're putting in the work.
Yeah. We'd like to thank Golf Depot, the sponsor of the White Flag, which you will see very shortly. The Golf Depot in Six Nations carries a variety of brand name apparel, balls, clubs, shoes, and more. So check out Golf Depot right before your next trip. You're going to want to stock up there.
He's getting ready for the golf swing with a wrench. There's a wrench here and he picks it up and plays with it. I don't know why there's a wrench in here. But,
I don't know why there's a wrench here, but
strange.
It's like a
fidget toy.
I guess so. Helps you focus. No, I don't know why, but it's my wrench so I can feel technical when I'm talking.
All right. Anyway.
Coming to the green flag here, Adam Cicilla will lead them off once again in a single file launch down the front stretch.
Cicilla picks up the Golf Depot white flag one more time around for him. Nick Kupalo and Robbie General so far the top three. General looking to the inside through 3 and 4, not able to make it happen. Adam Cicilla picks up the win over Nick Kupalo, and Robbie General rounds out the top 3.
That was a pretty interesting heat race, and that'll round out our first set of heats and getting ready to roll up next. These Mobile One beginner micro sprints are just about ready to launch off. The sky has set. Track lights are on, ready for some Wednesday night lights here. Taking a look at the Flamin' 4 of Emmett Speck, the 09 of Casey Walker, 27 of Maverick Chichok, the 00 Junior of Aubrey Penner, and Travis Whitaker in the 17. Georgia Hooker back there. I see a lot of cards here rolling out for Heat Race 2A. Rolling off first, it's Casey Walker in the 09. And in second, it's the Flamin' 4 of Emmett Speck. In third, it's the 27 of Maverick Chichok. And in fourth, it's Jolene Hooker in the 96. In fifth, it's Frankie Stotts in the 44. And in sixth, it's Travis Whitaker in the 17. In seventh, it's the 5 of Jace Love. And in eighth, it's Georgia Hooker in the 94. Rolling off ninth, it's the 00 Junior of Aubrey Penner. And rounding out the field in 10th, it's the 28 of Kaylin Walker. One more time around before we send these Mobile One beginner micro sprints off for their third heat race of the night, Heat 2A. Green flag is out, and Emmett Speck immediately goes to work on the 09 of Casey Walker, and he'll lead him racing down the backstretch.
Speck leading him down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. He'll lead lap number 1 over the 09 of Walker and the 27 of Maverick Chichok.
Walker, who's had a pretty good season in her 09 machine. She's got a lot of distance if she wants to make up and catch the Flamin' 4 of Emmett Speck. Maverick Chichok's running high in his 27 machine on the outside. He's making it tough for Aubrey Penner in the 00 Junior to make something happen, but she's going to almost get side by side with him, and we got a battle for third place. Penner on the inside, and on the outside, it's Maverick Chichok.
Chichok falls in behind Penner, and Emmett Speck has a good-sized lead over Walker in the second spot. 2 laps left to go for him.
The 44 machine. Stotts is starting to fall back a little bit. Lap traffic, or the field is going to pass by some lap traffic. The Golf Depot white flag's out. One more time around for Emmett Speck in the Flamin' 4 machine, and he's out by a country mile.
And Emmett Speck picks up the heat race win over Walker in the second spot, and Penner rounds out the top 3 for heat race 2A.
Maverick Chichok, Georgia Hooker, and Jolene Hooker. Other drivers finishing back there, and the next set, Heat 2B, is just about ready to roll off for the final heat race for these Mobile One beginner micro sprints. And rolling off first, it's Oakley Jameson in the 88X. And in second, it's Christopher Young in the 7. In third, it's the 20 of Austin Van Houten. And in fourth, it's Everly McConnell in the 13. In fifth, it's Easton McNaughton in the 67. And in sixth, it's Jackson McDonald in the 87. In seventh, it's the 71 of Kane McAllister. And in eighth, it's Millie Miller in the 78M. In ninth, it's Braden Pettit in the 9, and rounding out the field in 10th, it's Lucian Anthony in the 529. Golf Depot white flags out one more time around before we send off the final heat race for these Mobile 1 beginner micro sprints. Out of breath.
2x2 for these Mobile 1 beginners, 6 laps the distance for this heat race. Oakley Jameson, Christopher Young on the front row for this one. Green flag is back out.
Oakley Jameson jumps out to a big gap and will lead him rolling into turn 1 and 2. Lucian Anthony there, he jumped out to a good start, and he is going to make it a challenge in the third place spot. He's encroaching on the 7 of Christopher Young. Don't forget Kane McAllister in his 71 machine. He's flying there on the outside line trying to make something happen, but he's got a lot of cars to make up if he wants to get to the 88.
The 9 machine of Braden Pettit making his way through the field. And we've got one around. Christopher Young brings out the caution flag. And we'll rack him back up.
These carts jumped out to a good launch and kept it clean for the most part. 2 laps down, 4 laps left to go in the Mobile 1 beginner micro sprints. Here's a look at the replay.
Who spun tonight? Who spun?
Just looked like another innocent spin there.
Very slick track here tonight, so that means a little less throttle. Don't want to wheel spin as much. Help keep those carts straight.
Yeah, for some of these guys, they either love it or they hate it. For some guys, they love having the slick track so they can just full throttle. Drivers that come to mind are drivers who like to use the outside line, like flying Ryan Wilson or even Jack Smolders. And of course, that nice slick track also gives help for the inside line drivers like Brendan Hager. He comes to mind when I think about drivers who run a nice, clean, and fast line on the inside there. Gorgeous looking track. It's glistening. You can even see it there on the right side. The lights are reflecting off the track. It almost looks like water.
It'd be extra slick if it was water. We wouldn't be able to go straight.
Well, some drivers, they just fly so high on the outside line, they're never going straight. Drivers that come to mind now. Pacing around here, trying to figure out some lineup issues. Should be ready to go here pretty soon, though. And Kane McAllister in his 71. That's a surprise to see. He's getting pushed off right there. So don't know what ails that 71 machine. Hopefully he can get it fixed for the features. He has had a great season so far. Of course, son of Corey McAllister, driver for the APC series. Last week there kind of shocked everybody with that looks like a brand new kart to me, and the old kart was driven by somebody else, but hopefully he can get that problem figured out, back out on the track. Still trying to figure out some lineup issues. There you have a look at your leader, Oakley Jameson.
Jeff getting a little frisky over there.
Little frustration starting to brew here in the booth. You can feel the tension.
Those race directors, man. Hotheads.
I'm thinking about his Scooby-Doo when they cut the fog with a knife. That's how thick the tension is. Ugh, my brain shut off a while ago.
Huh?
Yep. Gotta get the cogs rolling. Oh, there we go. Golf Depot white flags backed out, ready to send them off again.
That's where we need the monsters.
I don't think I need any more caffeine today.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we are ready to go back underway. Carter Long picked up the green flag. Oakley Jamieson leading this one. Green flag is back out.
Oakley Jamieson will jump out to a big lead and will lead him going into turn 1 and 2. Lucian Anthony, he's looking pretty racy there. And he's side by side with the 9 of Braden Pettit. They're duking it out for the 3rd place spot now. Pettit's got a bit of an edge and he'll get the lead there. Rolling around, field is starting to pass through some lap traffic as the laps keep winding down and Kane McAllister's back out.
Pettit back up to the 2nd spot. 2 laps left to go for Oakley Jamieson.
Ooh, hard hit there. Millie Miller on the 78M just freight train right into, believe that is the 529 of Lucian Anthony, who went for a bit of a spin, so that'll put us back under the yellow flag for the caution.
Get everybody turned back around. Still 2 laps left to go for this one. They're going to pull the 78M off the racetrack.
Yeah, that kart took a pretty hard smash into the front of Lucian Anthony. I think Lucian Anthony might be able to get fired back up unless they're dragging him off too. I believe they are. So that will end the heat race for both of those karts. And right beside us, we can hear the box stocks sponsored by Doty Creek. They're firing up their engines. They're pretty ready. And I'll take a look at the damage on the 529 and Lucian Anthony. Definitely some wheel damage there. Hanging on by a thread, quite literally there, as they'll pull it off, and that will end the 529's heat race. And Jeff is going to go out and have a word with the drivers there. Got to get them reorganized. And we talk about this a lot, but of course, these are some of the drivers' first times in a racing vehicle, so they still got to learn their ropes, cut their teeth, learn the ropes here. So this is not a rare occasion getting these drivers stopped and to figure out the lineup issues. So while we got time, we'd like to thank one of the presenting sponsors for Microsprint Racing on GeForce TV, Cool Kids Ice and Water, the leading manufacturer of quality ice and water products and temperature-controlled storage and distribution. So thank you very much to Cool Kids Ice and Water for being one of the presenting sponsors for Microsprint action, typically on Thursday nights, now on a Wednesday for the final one of the night, first week of the Nationals.
Season is winding down. Last weekend,
championship weekend, or championship Thursday for, well, I guess it is championship weekend because we crown champions in Thursday night and on Friday night. Of course, don't forget, tomorrow is the Stock Car Nationals. Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stocks with 5,000 to win and 200 to start, and the Installation Mini Stocks with 2,000 to win and 100 to start. And don't forget the test and tune for the sprint cars for their big weekend coming up. That's going to be interesting. All 4 nights broadcasted live on GeForce TV. So you're going to want to stick around for the Stock Car Nationals, the Crate Nationals, and of course the Sprint Car Nationals. Really been built into a massive event here. So you're definitely going to want to stick around, get some tickets, go out. It's way better to watch drivers duke it out for $20,000 on Saturday night. Back here, though, on the Little O for Wednesday night Micro Sprint Nationals, Oakley Jamieson's having a good run, coming back to the green flag. He'll lead him off, and Braden Pettit is going to try and make a challenge for first place.
Still 2 laps left to go for Oakley Jamieson down the back straightaway. Braden Pettit trying to find that run he needs. Gulf Deep, a white flag is out for Jamieson.
Oakley Jamieson's got good pace rolling around through the backstretch now. Don't think Braden Pettit will be able to catch up. They've passed by some lap traffic here, and Oakley Jamieson will get the win in the final heat race for the Mobile One Beginner Microsprints. Braden Pettit follows suit. And that'll do it there for heat racing for the Mobile One Microsprints. Getting ready to roll on next. It's the Doty Creek Agricultural Box Stocks.
2 heats for them as well, 8 laps the distance. As the beginners pull off the racetrack, starting on the pole for Heat Race 2A. In the 77 machine, that is Declan Salt Johnson. And his outside of the 14, that is Diesel Montour. Rolling on for the third spot. In the 72 machine, that's Silas Podowinski. And his outside of the 02, that is Everett Burbridge. Rolling on for the fifth spot. In the 18G, that's Grayson Powlis. And his outside of the 51 machine, that is Grayson Lozen. And rolling on for the seventh spot. In the 81 machine, that is Lincoln Obadiah. And rounding out the field in the 02C, that is Cecil Burbridge.
Everett Burbridge, the champion there. He's buried not too deep there in the field, but got some pretty heavy hitters. Diesel Montour in his first season in the box stocks after being the beginner champion. 3 wide to launch the start of the race. Declan Salt Johnson's got the edge out and he'll lead him down the backstretch. Silas Podowinski's got a good run and he'll be making a challenge for the first place.
Podowinski to the outside of Salt Johnson goes way high. Diesel Montour sneaks down to the inside. Podowinski now in the third spot.
Montour's got some good pace running on that inside line. Right behind them, there's Grayson Powlis and the Burbridge brothers. They were side by side. Everett Burbridge still struggling into his second heat race here. He's falling back, but he's trying to make a challenge against that 51 of Grayson Lozen. Out up front, Declan Salt Johnson has got nobody in front of him.
Powlis into the back end of Silas Podowinski, who's in the third spot. Cross flags are out. 4 laps left to go for Declan Salt Johnson.
Diesel Montour's running a tight inside line there, and he's managing to put a lock and key on second place. Silas Podowinski's going way high there, trying to make something happen. Still doesn't quite have it, as Diesel Montour is nice and steady in spot 2.
Yellow flag is out. We got Everett Burbridge around in corners 3 and 4.
The box stock champion goes for a bit of a spin, so that will put him to tail.
Go ahead.
Don't forget, coming up next, after we finish our second round of heat races, we have an intermission where we will speak to our Larry Gartley Memorial Performer of the Week, Brennan Hager, and see how he feels about the Microsprint Nationals here tonight.
Had a solid heat race number 1, and I'm sure he's going to try and replicate that heat race number 2. Green flag is back out.
Declan Salt Johnson once again on the loud pedal. He'll lead him going into turn 1 and 2. Diesel Montour still running strong. It looks like he's going to be close enough to try and make a challenge. 2 laps left to go for the 77 green machine.
Silas Podowinski to the outside. Here comes Cecil Burbridge now for the third spot. Golf Depot white flag is out. That was a hard hit there for Grayson Powlis.
Lincoln Obadiah tried to swerve out of the way, couldn't avoid him, so they made contact, the 81 and the 18. Draw the yellow flag again. It's going to make things interesting as we're only a few laps away from finishing this heat race. Let's take a look at the replay. Just looked like an innocent spin, and Lincoln Obadiah couldn't avoid him, so he'll get tangled in there too, but he keeps it rolling.
Single file restart. Declan Salt Johnson still your leader over Diesel Montour, and Cecil Burbridge at the top 3 as the laps are winding down.
Lineups look good. Carter's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand. One more time around before there's your leader, Declan Salt Johnson, followed by Diesel Montour, Cecil Burbridge, Silas Podowinski, Grayson Lozen, Silas Podowinski. That's your solid top 5 there, rolling around for the final time. It's going to be a green-white checkered here.
Declan Salt Johnson will bring them to the green flag. We are back underway.
Rolling around here, time's running out for Diesel Montour if he wants to make a challenge. Now Cecil Burbridge in the yellow 02C. He is going to try and make a challenge on that 14 machine of Diesel Montour. Golf Depot white flags out. One more time around. Who's going to get it done?
Cecil Burbage shoots down to the inside. Montour shuts the door. Down the max straightaway, Declan Saul Johnson picks up the heat race win. Diesel Montour in second, and Cecil Burbage rounds out the top three.
Good to see Diesel Montour have a solid finish in this heat race. Moving up from the beginner micro sprints to the box stocks. Same here with Cecil Burbage, who was right behind him in third. And now rolling out next, it's the next set in the final heat race for these Doty Creek Agricultural box stocks.
Grayson Malloy starts on the pole for this one in the 15G, and his outside of the 53 machine, that is Eddie Burbridge. Rolling off for the third spot in the 24S, that is Sadie Probelli, and her outside of the 97 machine, that is Andy Gray. Rolling off for the fifth spot in the 17Z, that is Zayden Miller, and his outside of the 7M, that is Michael Tunn. And rounding out the field in the 07S, that is Bentley Slater.
Malloy Heen there, gonna lead him to the green flag. Ready to go here. And the 15 will lead him off. Then the 55 high on the outside. They're going to drag race and go side by side. But Andy Gray's going to make a challenge here. He'll take that second place spot.
Andy Gray shoots down to the inside of Grayson Malloy. Burbridge tried to follow suit, but made contact there with Grayson Malloy.
Burbridge there running a high outside line. Grayson Malloy trying to hold on to his second place spot, but he's facing heat on his right and his left. Michael Tunn there, he's right on his tail trying to make something happen. Tunn shoots up to the inside, and they're going to be side by side going into turn 1 and 2. Andy Gray's got a big lead out, and Michael Tunn will immediately start to work on the gap from second to third.
Zayden Miller into the infield. That'll end his heat race. Andy Gray still your leader. Michael Tunn in the 7 machine, tracking him down lap by lap as they make their way down the max straightaway. Michael Tunn, and find that run he needs. This might be the lap.
They're going to get pretty close, and let's see how the lap traffic acts. But Michael Tunn shoots up to the inside. He drag races down, and we got a new leader, but Sadie Probelli spins out right in front of him. They barely avoid her, and the yellow flags out, and Michael Tunn holds on to the lead.
Caution flag is out. Michael Tunn, one more lap, and he would have had that heat race in the bag.
Sadie Probelli there could have made things pretty crazy there, but your leaders managed to swoop by there. Just saw a mystical sighting of Adam Ross in the house.
Mystical.
So we got a packed house here for the Micro Sprint Nationals. Always great to see everybody coming out and supporting the younger divisions of racing here. Golf Depot white flags out one more time around till we go to the green for these Doty Creek Agricultural box stocks.
Andy Gray in the second spot. Michael Tunn the leader. Green flag is back out. Let's see what happens here.
Michael Tunn will lead him going into the turn. Andy Gray will follow suit. And Grayson Malloy goes for a bit of a spin, and the field will spin by. Malloy keeps it collected, and we're going to stay under green. Michael Tunn has got nobody behind him.
Golf Depot white flag is out for Michael Tunn down the max straightaway for the final time. Michael Tunn picks up heat race 2B over Andy Gray in the second spot, and in third the 53 of Burbridge.
That was a pretty interesting heat race, and that will do it for these Doty Creek Agricultural box stocks. Getting ready to roll out next is the GSR Junior Flats. Only one heat race for them in this run. Heat 2, 8 laps in the distance, and rolling out first is Clayton Haggard in the 5JR. And in second, it's Emberlyn Pacholski in the 10. In third, it's Trent Lindbergh in the 3. And in fourth, it's the 4 of Charlie Stewart. In fifth, it's the 51 of Evan Sauter. And rounding out the field, it's the 00 junior of Aubrey Penner. Should be good to go. Carter's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand. One more time around before we send these carts off.
Green flag. Nice and steady on the back. Nice and steady.
As they make their way through corners 3 and 4, Carter Long shows them the green flag. Green flag is out. And we've got one around there on the bottom of 3 and 4, and he wants the caution.
Believe that is the...
Go back to your original restart.
Didn't see there, but everybody got jumbled off that launch. So, going to be a complete restart here. Here, take a look at the replay off the launch. Things just get pretty hectic right out of the gate. Rolling around here, we stay under the yellow flag, but won't be long till we come back to racing here. On the little O, the night has cooled down a little bit, so some more great weather for racing. Track is looking as good as ever. And the Golf Depot white flag's out one more time around before we stack them, re-rack them, and restart this heat race 1B, or 2B, 2A.
Yellow flag is back out onto the racetrack as we try and figure out the lineups here.
I believe the yellow flag was for the 51 machine that pulled into the infield. Back out on the track now. Don't know what was going on with that Evan Sauter machine. Think he might have had a mechanical problem. Pulled in, realized he was good. He's going to roll right back out and rejoin the lineup. Coming to the green flag here. Now we're ready to go green flag racing. And Grisette is going to lead him to the... Clayton Hagar is going to lead him to the green flag going into turn 1 and 2.
Battle for the lead as they make their way into corners 3 and 4. That 3 machine out to a good lead.
Trent Lindbergh's got a good launch, and he'll start to pull away in that 3 machine. Clayton Hagar there following suit. Still a big gap, though, from first back onto second, and then an even bigger gap from second onto third.
Trent Lindbergh with a good lead over the 5 machine of Clayton Hagar. And we've got a battle for third here, Aubrey Penner. And the 00 junior. Cross flags are out, halfway done.
Aubrey Penner is duking it out with the 10 of Amberlyn Pucholski. Aubrey starts to pull away there, the pink mohawk. Leaves the 10 in the dust, back out in front though. The 3 of Trent Lindbergh passing through some lap traffic. 2 more laps left to go here for the 3 machine. Let's see if Clayton Hagar can catch up.
White flag is out. One more time around for Trent Lindbergh.
He'll rip around the outside line and take it to the checkered. Trent Lindbergh will win the final heat race for these GSR Junior Flats. And next up, the intermediate flat carts, our new class that we have adapted and brought in to fit all the carts here. 3 divisions of flat carts tonight.
As the intermediate flats make their way on to the racetrack.
You good?
They haven't crossed yet, so.
Golf Depot white flags out. We're going to waste no time with the lineups here for Heat 2A. Rolling out first, it's Ronan Reed in the 88, and in second, it's Cale Brunning in the 19. In third, it's Thomas McGale in the 629, and in fourth, it's Elliot Stacy in the 18. In fifth, it's Tobin DeLima in the 90, and in sixth, it's Zach Lindbergh in the 628. Ryan Grisette in the 7G, Macy Defoy in the 28M, and Mac Lewis in the 05 machine. And we stay out under yellow here.
Intermediate flat carts.
Pacing around here, still under the yellow flag. And now the Golf Depot white flag is displayed one more time around before Rowan Reed and Cale Brunning will send these carts off.
8 laps the distance for this heat race. Carter Long, the green flag in hand. We are back underway.
Brunning on the outside line as we'll instantly face some heat from the 18 machine of Elliott Stacey. And Rowan Reed in the 88 goes for a spin. Tobin DeLima involved in there too. Reed will get it collected and Tobin DeLima in the infield. Back out in front, Elliott Stacey will start to work on widening the gap from first to second. They got a pretty good lead on that machine running there.
Rowan Reed there in a battle down the back straightaway. Cross flags are out. Halfway done this heat race for Elliott Stacey.
Yeah, Elliott Stacey's got a massive lead on the rest of the pack here. Mac Lewis is having a pretty good run. He's a bit farther back though. Action single filing out here. 2 laps left to go for your leader, Elliott Stacey, and there's nobody around to challenge for first.
Golf Depot white flag is out for Elliott Stacey as he makes his way through the slower carts here. He'll go down the back straightaway for the final time. We got 1 around on 4, and that'll bring out the caution flag.
Don't see what the caution is for.
There was one around there on corner number 4. He got spun back around, and he'll join the tail end of the field.
Tobin DeLima still suffering from some problems on the cart in the middle of the infield. Didn't get it back started, so I believe that will end his heat race for the night. And the final heat race for these intermediate carts are getting ready to line up. They're just about ready to go here. Back out on the track though, Elliott Stacey, your leader. Dominant in the first heat, and it looks to have some repeat success here in the second. Looks like the 629 of Thomas McGill, I believe that is, pulled into the infield too with some more problems.
Couple in the infield there. That'll end their heat race. And Elliott Stacey still your leader here.
Yeah, got a bit of a party bunched up in there. Don't think those drivers will be able to rejoin there out of the carts there. Still pacing around, yellow flag is out.
Alright, 7 foot weight, you're gonna have to do green, white checker. So,
Calling for the green white checker to finish out this heat race.
Did you make that?
No.
You made the other one earlier, but
right
I guess your
before-
luck ran out.
Right before we started now, I was like, yeah, it's going to be a good one. And that one didn't hail us. So
That got sad real quick.
anyway, let's just sweep that under the rug and get back to it. Golf Depot white flags out one more time around before Elliott Stacey in that mean blue 18 machine will lead them back off here for the green white checker that awaits us in the final heat race for this, the second last heat race for this intermediate class.
We are back underway. Elliott Stacey leads him into corners 1 and 2.
Stacy immediately jumps out to the gas here. Second place has got a big gap there. White flags out one more time around for Elliott Stacy, and there's a massive battle back there with Macy DeFoy for that third place spot.
And Elliott Stacy in corners 3 and 4 picks up the heat race win over Lindbergh, I believe, in the second spot. And that'll conclude heat race 2A for these big intermediate flat carts.
Yep, last lap too. Macy DeFoy went for a bit of a spin, but the race will still be completed. One more heat race to go for this intermediate class, then we'll jump to the opens and finish out with our Huffman Home Improvement Senior Flats. Then we'll take a quick intermission. You'll hear a word from our Doty Creek Agricultural Larry Garley Memorial Performer of the Week, Brennan Hager. And then we're on to features from there. Trying to push the 28 machine off to get ready for this final set of heats for this intermediate class. A lot of carts from our regular junior flat racing here combined with a bunch of flat cart drivers from a bunch of other divisions around. And they're going to roll out here, rolling off. 8 laps are the distance for Heat 2B. Rolling out first, it's Callum Clements in the 88C. And in second, it's Liam Schwedick in the 28. In third, it's Shakira General in the 44. And in fourth, it's the 50 JR of Ryan Fontaine. In fifth, it's the 17R of Jack Ruchai. And in sixth, it's Lucas Bergman in the 88L. Rounding out the final line, Jameson Kane in the 88X and Riker Hall in the 22. Coming to the Golf Depot white flag one more time around here.
Golf Depot white flag is shown. 8 laps the distance for these intermediate flat carts as they pace their way around the racetrack. One more time till we go green. Carter Long with the green flag in hand. Green flag is out.
Callum Clements and Liam Schwedick lead him going into turn 1 and 2. Clements got a good launch and he'll lead him going down the backstretch now. Ryan Fontaine is in the mix in his 50 JR machine, and things are starting to heat up already.
Fontaine chases him down the back straightaway in the second spot as they make their way through corners 3 and 4.
Fontaine trying to make something happen that second place spot, but he's facing a lot of heat from Schwedick there. Out front though, it is all Callum Clements, and that top 2 cannot catch him.
Cross flags are out for Callum Clements. 4 laps left to go. Fontaine still sitting in the second spot as they make their way down the back straightaway. Clements trying to pull away, but Fontaine's just holding on.
He's got a good gap, but that other 2 there just can't quite seem to catch up. Callum Clements rolling, 2 laps left to go for the 88C. Ryan Fontaine follows suit. Then it's Liam Schwedick and Jameson Kane.
Golf Depot white flag is shown for Callum Clements. Ryan Fontaine still sitting in the second spot. Clements down the back straightaway for the final time. Through 3 and 4, he'll pick up the heat race win over Ryan Fontaine.
That was a pretty crazy heat race, and that will finish out our intermediate class. Rolling out next, the Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints. Just one more heat race for them, then the senior flats will come out for their final heat race of the night. Just about time for features here, so you're going to want to stick around.
10 laps the distance for these Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints. 12 cars here tonight. Starting on the pole for this one at Hagersville. And the 4 car, then is Chris Teal and his outside. At a Woodstock in the 13G, that is Shelby G. Rolling off for the 3rd spot at a Burlington, the 11 machine, that is Jacob Ross. And his outside at a St. Williams in the 41 machine, that is Jack Burbridge. Rolling on for the 5th spot at the Six Nations in the 0J, that's Johnny Miller. And to his outside at Hagersville in the 24K, that's Kiana Teal. And rolling off for the 7th spot at Harrisburg in the 71 machine, that is Ryan Wilson. Rolling off to his outside at a St. Thomas in the 11B, that is Norm Brunette. And rolling off for the 9th spot at a Dorchester in the 00, that's Greg Smulders. Rolling off for 10th at a Dorchester in the 7 machine, that's Jack Smulders. And in the 6th and final row inside at a Simcoe in the 13 machine, that is Race McConnell. And rounding out the field at Llewellyn, it's the Hammer, Brennan Hager.
Race McConnell is in a new cart.
Yeah, that looks like a beginner card.
A red one. It's like, look how nice that blue card is. And that red card's back out and pacing around on the outside. Still a gorgeous looking 13 machine. And this is where the heat race is going to get interesting. Last chance to thrash for a spot in the Micro Sprint Nationals. This Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Division. Some of the hardest racing we have here on Thursday nights.
And because of the invert, Brennan Hager starts at the tail end, the last position. He won the last heat race, so let's see if he can try and replicate that again in the second heat.
Yeah, the points champion's got a long way to go if he wants to claw back up. Finish solidly in this heat race. Things are going to get pretty interesting here in this heat race and the next heat race. The Huffman Home Improvements Senior Flats here, two of the most competitive divisions we have for micro sprint racing. Still pacing around here, trying to get everything figured out for these mobile, or these Williams Brothers Heating and Cooling Open micro sprints.
It's got a little fuzzy here in the booth. I think we're starting to lose it.
I've been losing it, I'll tell you that.
Getting everybody lined up. I believe they're telling a 13 machine at Race McConnell to pull it off the racetrack, and they'll do just that. Chris Teal back out, had troubles in the first heat race. See if he fizzles all of that out, and he can finish this one.
Let's hope so. Always sucks when a driver has some technical issues and can't finish out the race. Field getting the call to double up and get ready to roll, make them look nice and clean before we send them off.
Chris, quit firing. You're screwing everybody up.
This heat race is where things are going to get interesting. So, if you're on the edge of your seat for this final heat race for the open micro sprints, then you're not watching it.
Golf Depot white flag is shown to Chris Teal. One more time around till we go green. Shelby G to his outside as they make their way down the back straightaway for the final time through 3 and 4. Green flag is out.
Teal launches in that 4T machine. Oh, automatically, whoa, we got some contact there. The 11 of Ross, the 0 junior of Johnny Miller, flying Ryan Wilson in the 71, and the 00 junior of Greg Smulders. They all got jumbled up there in that one. Gonna have to restart them now. Still pacing around here as we try to figure out the lineup issues and get these cars turned back around.
Got a hefty pylon there in corner number 1.
That's almost like the choose cone size in the APC series, or what we use on Friday nights for the choose cone.
Trying to get the lineup all figured out.
Well, we're just in. We are running a little bit behind schedule. Of course, always going to happen when we have some extra division. Still some good racing, but we are canceling the intermission, and we're going to jump right into features after we finish out these heat races. Back out on the track though for these open micro sprints, still trying to figure everything out. Just got the call from Kenzie and Shelby that everything's good, so should be ready to go here.
Chris Teal and Shelby G on the front row for this one. Getting them all lined up, telling them to double it up here and get the heat race back underway.
Golf Depot white flags out. One more time around before we send these carts off.
Still 10 laps on the board. And the green flag is back out.
Chris Teal and Shelby G launch him off automatically there. Greg Smolders goes for a bit of a spin here. Yellow flag is back out. And Brennan Hager involved there after the flag was drawn. Some contact there. And there. 96 machine and the 11 of Jacob Ross. Hager manages to pull away here. Believe it would be the same way. Looked like it's just an innocent bump with each other.
Firing and letting off. Firing and letting off. It screws the whole pack up behind you.
Chris Teal getting some stern talking to there by Jeff. Not pleased with the way he's getting ready to warm up for the race here.
Shelby G pulls it up on the front straightaway.
Having a conversation with Carter. Can you read hand signals?
No, I can't even read English, so that's you're asking a lot.
Yeah.
I can count to 10, but that's when I run out of fingers.
You can count to 10?
No.
What? You're lucky. I can't count to 10. I can count to 5 on a good day.
On a good day.
On a good
That's saying a lot.
No.
Like we're losing it.
We might
That
be.
ship has sailed.
The secret's revealed and we're actually in straight jackets and the room's padded.
Probably. Those voices you hear, are they there or are they actually, somebody tell us, are they actually there?
Oh boy. Shelby G there in the 13G. Getting the push for a start. Still trying to figure out what's going on there. Field still pacing by here. Trying to figure out what ails the 13G here. Some discussion going on. After this race, 2 more heats to go. Still trying to figure that out, and then we should be able to get rolling here.
You're patting this guy on the ass.
out here, dealing with some technical difficulties, but we should be good to go here. Figuring out some lineup issues, dealing with that 13G of Shelby G. Figuring out what ails that car.
White flag is shown. One more lap, so we go green single. Final restart. Chris Teal, Kiana Teal, and Jack Smolders, the top three so far, as they make their way through 3 and 4 for the final time. Green flag is out.
Chris Teal jumps out to the lead, and Kiana Teal immediately rockets to the outside there. Kiana Teal jumps out, and she will immediately start to pull away there. The 11 machine and the 7 of Jack Smolders, they are starting to evolve, but nobody can catch up to Kiana Teal. She's got some new life under that 24K and is starting to pull away.
Top three all single file out. Brennan Hager from the back of the pack making his way up to the 5th position. As he makes his way to the outside of Chris Teal, now in the 4th spot. He'll track down Norm Brunette, now sitting in the 3rd spot. And Kiana Teal way out in front.
Smolders there trying to catch up. He's got some new life under that 7G machine. Rolling around there, Johnny Miller gets there, and he'll go under. That'll put us under the yellow flag. Finally green. Johnny Miller will get that car spun back around. Flying Ryan Wilson. He's getting towed off there, and some damage to his senior machine. Tough to see one of the local racers here and some damage and not able to finish the night.
Trying to get the 71 machine pushed back into the infield. Looks like it broke off the toe strap and is now stuck there on the bottom of 4.
They're just going to pull it off there. 41 machine spewing out a little bit of smoke. And while we got time, we'd like to thank LMP Excavation, landscaping, seawalls, septic installs, driveways, retaining walls, and drainage, laser grading. So thank you very much to LMP Excavation for helping sponsor Micro Sprint action here on GeForce TV. Back out on the track, single file pacing around here. Yellow flag still out. Another fallen soldier, the giant pylon in between turn 1 and 2, is now in the infield.
Hefty pylon.
Yeah. Golf Depot white flags out one more time around before Kiana Teal will send him off.
Carter Long with the green flag back in hand, looking to get it back underway, and Carter Long sets him loose.
Kiana Teal rockets out to another great launch. She'll lead him down the backstretch. Jack Smolders in the hammer. Brennan Hager follows suit. Kiana Teal's got a good launch, and they're halfway home in that 24K machine.
Brennan Hager makes his way up to the 3rd spot. Now all over the back end of the 7 machine at Jack Smolders. Kiana Teal pulling away with the lead. Caution flags back out.
Chris Teal involved in an incident. Jacob Ross there too, and I believe one more involved in that collision. Yellow flag still out here as we work to get Chris Teal in the 4T machine spun back around. Lineup is good, so it won't be long before we send these carts back out racing.
Kiana Teal still your leader over Jack Smolders, Brennan Hager, Norm Brunette, and Greg Smolders, the top 5 so far. Golf Depot white flag is shown to Kiana Teal. One more lap till we get it back underway.
She's had some great launches in the past. Restarts coming out of the yellow flag here. That 24K is wired right now. So let's see what she can do coming back to the green flag. Launch, and she will immediately jump right back out to another gap from first to second.
Hager now into the second spot. He'll set his sights on the 24K of Kiana Teal. Norm Brunette now down to the inside of Jack Smolders. Smolders shuts the door.
Hager's got some good pace there in that 96 machine, but can he catch up to the 24K of Kiana Teal? Laps keep winding down here. 2 more to go for that 24K machine.
Golf Depot white flag is shown to Kiana Teal. Brennan Hager still sitting in the second spot over Jack Smolders. Teal through 3 and 4 picks up heat race number 2 for these William Brothers Heating Cooling Open Micro Sprints.
Brennan Hager will claw his way up to a second place finish. Very solid, especially starting in the last place. The yellows definitely helped him. Jack Smolders there. Good finish, and that will do it for Open Micro Sprint Heat Racing. Getting ready to roll it next is the last set of heats for these Huffman Home Improvements Senior Flats.
Heat 2A all lined up. And starting on the pole for this one. And the 44B, that is Cameron Ullman at his outside of the 166. That is Elaine Obb. Rolling on for the third spot. In the 3 machine, that's Liam Daniels into his outside. In car number 9, that is Carter Gabriel. Rolling on for the 5th spot. In the 78 machine, that's Matt Reed and his outside of the 15, that is Anthony Birdie. And rolling off from the 7th spot. In the 45 machine, that is Jamie Porter. And at his outside, Jamie Ruchai in the 71. Rolling off for the 9th spot. In the 90, that is Krista Lima. And at his outside in the 28 machine, that is Cameron Book. And rounding of the field in the 33 machine, it is Ron McGarry.
Pacing around here. Green flag is out, and the cars will come to life down the front stretch here.
Ulm leads him down the back straightaway, going into corners 3 and 4, all spread out, 3 wide for the lead. Ulm working that outside line, now sitting in the 3rd spot.
Ulm seemed to have his footing there, running on the outside. Oh, bit of contact there. 28 machine and the 78 of Matt Reed there. Keeps it back under control, and we still are rolling green here.
Avery, your leader down the max straightaway, now getting challenged. Cross flags are out, 4 laps left to go for Gabriel.
Porter putting some heat on Gabriel there, trying to make something happen. They're close to each other here, halfway home. Still pacing around here. All eyes are on that battle between 1 and 2.
Gabriel still leading him down the max straightaway. Yellow flag is out. Don't know what that was for.
You don't know what the yellow flag is. The 71 machine is parked there in the infield. He's out of the cart, and I believe he's going to take the helmet off. No, just this visor. The final heat race of the night is lined up and ready to go here. Then after that, we will jump right into feature racing. And while we got time, we'd like to thank Strode's Barbecue for sponsoring Micro Sprint Racing on GeForce TV. Strode's is your ultimate source for everything barbecue. Whether you're looking for event catering or the best grills and accessories on the market, or even some hot takeout for lunch, Strode's has the best around. Serving Brantford and surrounding communities for over 80 years, it's undisputed that they're the experts when it comes to grilling. So thank you very much to Strode's Barbecue for sponsoring racing here on GeForce TV.
How many complete? 5.
5 laps completed so far. Golf Depot white flag is shown. 1 more lap till we get back underway.
Still a long way to go here. Anything could happen in these next 3 laps.
Green flag is out.
Porter following tight in a chase there. Daniels starting to make some moves there on the outside line. 2 laps left to go for your leader. Anything can happen now.
Down to the back straightaway, Gabriel still sitting in the lead. Porter looks down to the inside, going into 1 and 2, side by side, little bit of contact, down the back straightaway. Porter has the nose. Gabriel looks to the inside. Porter picks up the win over Gabriel, and Liam Daniels finishes in the 3rd spot.
Daniels follows suit in 3rd, another good finish, and that will do it for the final heat race, or the second to last heat race for these senior flats. 1 more left to go, the final heat race of the night, before we jump right into the Mobile 1 Beginners Micro Sprint feature here at the Micro Sprint Nationals at the Little O here.
Heat 2B all lined up, ready to go for their final heat race of the night, starting on the pole for this one. In the 27C, that is Nick Dilton, his outside of the 42 machine, that is Jack McPhail. Rolling off for the 3rd spot in the 66, that's Bailey Salt, and her outside in the 33H, that is Mark Husband. Rolling off for the 5th spot in the 551, that is Nick Kupalo, and his outside of the 73, that is Mike Miller. And rolling off for the 7th spot in the 12 machine, that is Nicholas Boyd, and his outside of the 44, that is Robbie General. Rolling off for the 9th spot in the 14D, that's Caleb Dick, and his outside of the 76 machine, that is Ty Goudreau. And rounding out the field in the 18, that is Adam Stasilla. Carter Long of the green flag in hand. The final heat race of the night is underway.
Cars start to come to life here for the final one. The 27 machine jumps out. Back there, a lot of drivers. Kupalo involved in that. Everybody's launching out. Bailey Salt, she's got a good run going down the front stretch now.
Nick Diltz leads lap number 1. Bailey Salt sitting in the 2nd spot, and we've got a charge for 2nd now, down to the inside, and he'll take the 2nd spot.
Kupalo there, he's got a pretty good run, rolling in the 4th spot. And another driver goes around here, puts it in the infield, gets everything back out under control. Battle for 3rd place going on. Kupalo and Bailey Salt there side by side for the lead, or for 3rd place. Kupalo there on that inside line, Salt on the outside there. Kupalo's got the edge going down the front stretch now, but Bailey Salt's right on his tail.
Ty Goudreau, your leader, all the way from the back of the packs. Now got a good gap there over Nick Diltz sitting in the 2nd spot, and Nick Kupalo in 3rd. Adam Stasilla sitting in the 4th spot, all over the back end of the 751.
Nick Diltz there is facing some heat from Kupalo and that 18 machine. Adam Stasilla will get by there. 2 laps left to go for your leader.
Bailey Salt pulls off the track.
Yellow
Caution
flag
out.
is out. Goudreau, your leader here. Nick Diltz in the 27 machine. Spun around here. He gets it back out. He gets it back out under control. Things have been pretty hectic here at the Micro Sprint Nationals, but exciting nonetheless. I've been on the edge of my seat the entire night. Well, I guess we don't have seats, but
We've been on our toes.
yeah. Well, I mean, I always am. I feel like if it's a bad idea making us stand up, because now all I do is walk around in circles pretty much.
Oh yeah, I know.
Need more length on the headsets here. I'm tugging at the chain.
Who was your problem?
Yeah, we're losing a guy now.
Well, that's what heat races are for.
Is it?
Yeah, well, gets everything ready for the features. Everybody gets a little bit crazy, get back out under control, and see who's going to be crowned the first ever Micro Sprint Nationals champion.
76, 18, 751.
Figuring out some lineup issues here. Won't be long before we go back Racing.
Figuring out the lineups. Goudreau sitting in the lead so far over Adam Stasilla. Nick Kuplo in third. Green and white checkered is called. One more lap so we get this heat race back underway and close out heat racing for the night.
Goudreau, Stasilla, Kuplo, Ohm.
We are back underway here at the Ohsweken Speedway.
Goudreau jumps out to a good launch and will lead him going down the backstretch. Bit of a gap there to Stasilla in the back. Then it's Kuplo in third there. Top three all single filed out. Here's the laps keep winding down.
One more lap left to go as the Gulf Depot white flag is shown. Goudreau through corners 3 and 4 picks up heat race 2B over Adam Stasilla and Nick Kuplo. Robbie General in the 4th spot, and that'll conclude heat racing for tonight.
Yep, finished out with heat racing. Up next, it's time for features. Been a long time coming, a lot of carts we had to get through, but it's finally time, and we are just about ready to get started with our Mobile 1 beginner micro sprints. 6 classes, 6 features. So you are going to want to stay ready. Anything can happen in these feature races here. Mobile 1 beginner micro sprints are lined up, letting the engines come to life here, getting ready to roll off.
We don't have lineups. Hold up.
I know. It's okay. Can't rush the process. Got a massive lineup. Aubrey Penner taking a last-minute sprint. And while we got time, we'd like to thank the presenting sponsor of these beginners, Mobile 1. The Mobile family of lubricants includes world-famous brands which have a legacy of innovation and decades of proven performance in consumer and business use. This dedication to continually improving the lubricants and services that empower mobility in vehicles and productivity in industrial machinery is at the core of their offer. So thank you very much to Mobile 1 for sponsoring these beginners here. And now they're set to roll off for the final feature event of the night, or for the final feature event of the season for these Mobile 1 beginner micro sprints. I think I do need another energy drink. My brain is starting to clog up.
Yeah.
Just blame everything on the lack of caffeine. It's the solution. Gorgeous looking track, glistening, and there they are. Just about ready to roll out here. And they start to roll out for the first feature event of the Micro Sprint Nationals. Rolling off first, it's Emmett Speck in the 4, and in second, it's Aubrey Penner in the 00 Junior. In third, it's Braden Pettit in the 9, and in fourth, it's Casey Walker in the 09. In fifth, it's Georgia Hookert in the 94, and in sixth, it's Kane McAllister in the 71. In seventh, it's Oakley Jameson in the 80X, and in eighth, it's Easton McNaughton in the 67. In ninth, it's Maverick Chichok in the 27, and in 10th, it's Everly McConnell in the 13. In 11th, that's Kaylin Walker in the 28. And in 12th, it's Jolene Hookert in the 96. In 13th, it's Christopher Young in the 7. And in 14th, it's Lucian Anthony in the 529. In 15th, it's Travis Whitaker in the 17. 16th, Frankie Stotts in the 44. 17th, Millie Miller in the 78M. Austin Van Houten, Jackson McDonald, and Jace Love Brown at the field. Green flags out for the first feature of the night. And Emmett Speck gets to launch down the backstretch.
Speck leads him down the back straightaway. Penner sitting in the second spot. Braden Pettit in third. As they make their way, Speck leads lap number 1.
Speck is starting to pull away there from second place and will automatically start working on some lap traffic. Their yellow flag is out as the 17 of Travis Whitaker goes around, and the massive pack of cars will try and split the one spun around here. Quick launch and a quick yellow here for the first feature event of the Micro Sprint Nationals.
It's also crazy in here.
I know. Stay out of it.
It's going to be the 4, 00 junior, 9, 94.
Getting lineup all situated after that caution. You doing all right over there? You just picked up 3 different water bottles I saw.
I'm trying to hang in there.
Box stock lineup.
Hey, there you go. I'm sweating bullets over here. Getting the call that we're going to stop them on the front stretch here to figure out the lineup issues. Of course, like we said earlier, these are the beginners, so first time in the karts trying to figure some things out, so it's always good to stop them instead of pacing around trying to get something started. It's easier, it's more efficient, and it's a quick way to do it. Just stop them on the front stretch to figure out these lineup issues.
Is the concession stand still open, or?
Let's get some fried pickles.
I have to take a gander back there.
What I could really use right now is some popcorn chicken.
Any of our beloved... No.
Lineups are starting to roll in.
Those should be yours there, pal.
Oh, they are.
27, we're behind.
Perfect.
27, right.
Still trying to figure out some lineup issues so we can take a gander at the gorgeous field of Mold 1 beginner micro sprints.
After the 88X is the 67, then the 10M, then it's the 28.
You got 20 beginner micro sprint races here, so it can't always do it first try. This is the most efficient way to do it. And it worked pretty well. Stopped them up, and now should be just about ready to roll right back off here.
Okay, then do 28.
Yes.
Okay, and what?
Yellow or red flag still out here. Cars are stopped on the track. Trying to get these lineup issues figured out here.
559.7.
After the 7 is the 96, then the 20, then the 44. 7
So, just about ready to, or just about finished here with figuring out the lineup. These Mold 1 beginner micro sprints are just about ready to roll off here. A couple more carts at the back. Doty Creek Agricultural box stocks are piled back too. They're getting ready to roll out next for their feature here.
Okay, who's after 7?
The 96. After the 7 is the 96.
Still 5 more feature events to go after this one. So you're going to want to stay tuned here live on GeForce TV as we get these micro sprints all lined up.
Things are only going to get more interesting from here now that it's feature time. Box dots, the 2 beginner and intermediate flat kart classes. Opens, box dots, senior flats.
Running out of fingers.
Oh, we got 2 hands. Here we go. These 20 carts are back under the yellow flag and won't be long before we send them back out racing here. Coming to the green flag. This time, these Mo-Warrant micro sprints will fire back to life. Emmett Speck in the Flamin' 4 machine will lead them off on the green flag. Aubrey Penner, Braden Pettit, Georgia Hookert, Casey Walker, Kane McAllister, Maverick Chichok to follow suit. Jolene Hookert in the 96 there, not being able to get it fired. Slow stop there, so some technical issues on that 96 machine. So we will stay under the yellow here. Coming to the Golf Depot white flag now. Just about ready to get these carts refired in to send them off again.
Golf Depot white flag is shown for Emmett Speck, Aubrey Penner, and Braden Pettit so far, the top three. We've got a lot of A-main to go for this one. As they pace their way around for the final time, we've got Christopher Young stopped on the bottom of 2.
Looks like they're just going to push him to the infield, and we're going to go right to the green here. And green flag is out, and we are back under racing. Emmett Speck will lead him going into the turn.
Speck leading him down the max straightaway. Penner still sitting in the second spot. Going into corners 3 and 4. They'll get by the slower car.
Field will work on some lap traffic here. Emmett Speck still got some great pace. The 529 of Lucy and Anthony went around, and that will put us back under the yellow flag.
Caution flag is back out.
After 71 is the 20.
13 laps left to go in this feature event. Line ups. The 09 of Casey Walker there, having some trouble getting start off. They're going to have to start that cart back up again.
Still under 5 meters, passing over. Go back to your original spot.
Things are getting a little bit hectic here in this first feature event of the night. Five more features to go after this one, so you're going to want to stick around as things are going to get interesting.
We've got a train.
I was going to say getting pushed off like shopping carts.
Trying to find our rhythm here, get these beginner micro sprint A-main back and undergoing, but getting all the lineups figured out and carts pushed off into the infield. Carter Long shows him the white flag one more time around, this time by Emmett Speck, Aubrey Penner, Braden Pettit. Still the top 3, Hookert, McAllister, Chichok. Some names just outside of the top 3.
Emmett Speck there will lead him back off once again. Two laps down, 13 to go here in the first feature event of the night.
Christopher Young fired back up and back onto the racetrack. Carter Long of the green flag in hand, and the green flag is back out.
Emmett Speck will lead him back off to the green flag and down into turn 1 and 2. We'll immediately rock it up and start working on some of that lap traffic.
Top 3, still Speck, Penner, and Pettit. McAllister just outside, setting his sights on the 9 machine, looks to the outside, goes high, trying to go around the 9 of Braden Pettit.
McAllister's flying high there, trying to make something happen on that 9 machine. He's almost side by side. The lap trap is going to play into effect, and he shoots out super wide. Maverick Cheechop wants to join in on the front, and he's right there on the tail of the 71 too.
Emmett Speck gets by some of the slower cars. Braden Pettit sneaks to the 2nd spot. Underneath Aubrey Penner, who's now in 3rd. Kane McAllister all over the back end, now the 0.
We got a battle for the lead here. Braden Pettit and Emmett Speck. Pettit edges out just ahead, but Speck is flying on that outside line. Pettit's starting to pull away here. Let's see if Speck has anything for him when they get closer to the lap traffic.
Cross flags are out for Emmett Speck and Braden Pettit as they make their way through some of the slower cars around the bottom of the racetrack.
Speck here trying to make something happen. Braden Pettit got a little bit squirrely there, not allowed for Speck to catch up. Speck's right on the tail here. We could have a battle for the lead. Speck's on that outside line, doesn't quite have enough to face Pettit just yet. Laps keep winding down. It's now or never for the Flamin' 4 machine.
Emmett Speck throwing everything he's got at him, goes down to the inside. We've got one upside down on corner number 2. Oh, it looked upside down through the mesh. I was getting concerned there.
Oh, I can see what you mean.
Through the mesh, just the way the roll bars and everything looks, they kind of look upside down. He's on all 4. Don't worry.
I think Sanity left this building a long time ago.
As soon as I walked in the building.
Yeah, pretty much. Not like I had much to begin with anyway.
Yeah, it just left. Gusted out. Big gust of wind.
Gone. Track is gorgeous.
Slicked off. A little bit slippery.
Not bad. That makes for some good racing. Adds a bit of a challenge compared to what we normally have here. Gonna stop them once again on the front stretch to figure out these lineup issues.
We'd like to thank MotorState All-Star Performance. At MotorState, we recognize that there are many sources for aftermarket performance parts, which is why we strive to give you the excellent service and competitive pricing that inspires our customers to come back to us again and again. MotorState All-Star Performance. Looking at the comments here on YouTube, Music Steward is onto something. It says, bring food to the announcers. I like this guy.
Now,
I like him.
That's a good idea. Getting pretty hungry over here. I'll take some popcorn chicken.
Oh, we're just going off the menu, right?
Tater tot.
Let's see if Clint will bring us some food.
Oh boy, I don't want to ask him. Figuring out some lineup issues.
I like that site better.
Get a stack of payables just dropped right on us.
And I'm out.
Going to use that to go buy popcorn chicken for my envelope?
Oh
No.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Give us the next card.
Okay. After the 27, it's the 88X, then the 71.
88X.
Figuring out some lineup issues here. The yellow flag still out here.
9467. Parker's radio died.
67, yeah, 13, for the 28. After 13 is the 28.
Just getting closer and closer here. Pretty soon we should be able to go back racing.
So the first 3 went across. You took the lap, let's go.
Yeah, the 17, 17,
Yellow flag is back out, and we will get him pacing around again.
Speck, your leader over Aubrey Penner and Braden Pettit. Carter Long shows him the white flag. One more lap so we get it back underway.
Emmett Speck, your leader. Ready to send him back out and continue some racing here. Let's see if Aubrey Penner or Braden Pettit has anything for the Flamin' 4 machine. Coming to the green flag here. 4 laps left to go. Green flag's back out, and Emmett Speck is back on the loud pedal.
Down the max straightaway, Aubrey Penner still sitting in the second spot. Going into corners 3 and 4. Aubrey Penner all over the back end of the 4 machine.
Speck's running a good line. They're going to start to pass through some lap traffic now. Emmett Speck is running on that outside line. Rolling 2 laps left to go for that Flamin' 4 machine, and he's starting to work on a gap from first to second.
2 laps left to go for Emmett Speck. Golf Depot white flag is out as they make their way to the tail end of the field through some of the slower cars. Speck gets by them with ease down the max straightaway through 3 and 4. Emmett Speck picks up the win for the Mobile 1 beginners. Aubrey Penner in second and Braden Pettit in third.
And that will round it out for these Mobile 1 beginners. Emmett Speck wins for the Mobile 1 beginners Micro Sprint Nationals. He'll pull that Whitetail Concrete Peters Haulage Flaming 4 machine into Slack Lumber Victory Lane. And it's all Emmett Speck. Family comes out to congratulate him. He gets the checkered flag. Family comes out here. Got the full lineup taking their pictures, and Emmett Speck wins the Mobile 1 Beginner Micro Sprint National Race. Getting ready to roll out next is the Doty Creek Agricultural Box Stocks. And things are only going to get more and more interesting from here.
Doty Creek Agricultural Services box stocks onto the racetrack, starting on the pole for this one in the 7M. That's Michael Tunn. To his outside of the 02C, that is Cecil Burbridge. Rolling off the third spot in the 07S, that's Bentley Slater. And to his outside of the 77, that is Declan Salt Johnson. Rolling off for the fifth spot in the 51 machine, that is Grayson Lozen. And to his outside of the 97, that is Andy Gray. Rolling off for the 7th spot in the 72 machine, that's Silas Podowinski. And to his outside in the 15G, that is Grayson Loheen. Rolling off for the 9th spot in the 24S, that is Sadie Probelli, and her outside in the 53 machine, that is Eddie Burbridge. And rolling off for the 11th spot in the 14 machine, that is Diesel Montour. Rolling off for the 12th spot in the 18G, that's Grayson Powlis. And in the 13th spot in the 17Z, that is Zayden Miller. Rolling off from 14th in the 81, that's Lincoln Obadiah. And rounding out the field in the 02, that is Everett Burbridge.
Michael Tunn has had a great performance here tonight. Cecil Burbridge on the outside, his brother, the champion. Back further on the field, he's had some troubles ail him tonight. Yellow flag still out as these carts are pacing around.
Carter Long gives him the Golf Depot white flag. One more lap. So we go green. 2 by 2. Michael Tunn, Cecil Burbridge on the front row for this one. as they make their way down the max straightaway. Carter Long with the double green flags in hand. Carter Long shows them the green flags. We are underway.
Michael Tunn jumps out to a big lead here. Cecil Burbridge follows in suit. Bentley Slider, Declan Salt Johnson, they start to single file out. Andy Gray there. Grayson Powers, Grayson Lawson there. Everybody's piled up, and the front two are starting to roll away with it.
Michael Tunn and Cecil Burbridge started on the front row as they pull away from the third spot. Bentley Slider, Declan Salt Johnson looking to get his nose into the mix for third.
Grayson Malloy-Heen and Silas Podwinski. Malloy-Heen there in that 15 machine. He's looking to make some moves on that 97 of Andy Gray. They go side by side down the front stretch trying to make something happen on that 77 machine of Declan Salt Johnson. Back out in front though, Michael Tunn has got a big gap to that second place spot, and yellow flag is out. Sadie Probelli goes around.
Caution flag is out. 20 laps to distance. We're on the board for this one. Drop the green flag. And we've got 13 left to go.
Sadie Probelli with a little bit of an innocent spin there. That will draw the first yellow flag for this feature event. 13 laps left to go, so 7 completed here. Michael Tunn, Cecil Burbridge, Bentley Slider, Declan Salt Johnson, Andy Gray, and Grayson Malloy-Heen. Some of your top lineup here. And while we got time, we'd like to thank the other presenting sponsor here for Microsprint Racing as the Golf Depot white flag is displayed. Hallamore Mechanical, your go-to company in Six Nations, Holloman, and Norfolk for all of your HVAC needs. Coming back around to the green flag, Michael Tunn is ready to send him off.
Green flag is back out. Michael Tunn leads him at corners 1 and 2. Cecil Burbridge follows in second. Bentley Slider in third.
Single file rolling around your top 5. Everybody starts to spread out. Grayson Malloy-Heen starting to make some moves. He's going to have to hold off Andy Gray, but he's going to go to work on that 77 of Declan Salt Johnson there. Dives down to the inside, tries to make something happen. Doesn't quite have it yet. The 77 will hold on to 5th place.
Declan Salt Johnson sitting in the 4th spot. Grayson Malloy-Heen all over the back end of the 77 machine. Caution flag is out.
Sadie Probelli goes for another spin in the same spot there. 24S machine not having the best of luck coming off a turn 2 there. That'll put us under the second yellow flag of the night. Still 11 laps left to go in this one. A lot of racing left. Got the call, the 24 of Sadie Probelli to call it off.
Yes. Sorry.
Lineup is good, and we're going to get ready to send them back off again.
Michael Tunn still your leader over Cecil Burbridge, Bentley Slider, Declan Salt Johnson, Grayson Malloy-Heen make up the top 5. Andy Gray and Lozen just sitting outside of that top 5. Getting ready to get this A-main back underway.
Michael Tunn here, your leader, will lead them to the Golf Depot white flag one more time around before we send them off again.
Down the match straightaway for the final time. Getting ready to go back under green. Michael Tunn leads him to the green flag. We're back underway.
Cecil Burbridge will follow suit as the top 2 once again start to pull away. It's Tunn, Burbridge, then Bentley Slider, but we got a battle. Andy Gray on the outside, Declan Salt Johnson, the 3 wide going down the front stretch.
Malloy-Heen pulls out with a 4th spot. After that 3-line battle, Declan Salt Johnson now sitting in the 5th spot. Andy Gray all over the back end.
Declan Salt Johnson there trying to hold off Andy Gray in the 97 machine. That battle's starting to heat up, but right in front of them though, Grayson Malloy-Heen and Bentley Slider, they're side by side duking it out for 3rd place. Malloy-Heen's got the edge on Slider, and now Slider will fall back another 2 spots to Andy Gray and Declan Salt Johnson. Yellow flag is back out for Lincoln Obadiah.
Michael Tunn was pulling away with the lead there. Cecil Burbridge kind of out in his lonesome in 2nd. And then there's been battles for 3rd and 4th on back.
Racing is getting pretty heated here at the Little O. And things are only going to get more wilder from here. GSR Junior Flats getting ready to roll out next. Ready to roll out again. Michael Tunn and Cecil Burbridge, they have been bad fast all night. They always start to pull away as soon as the green flag drops.
Michael Tunn been really dominant so far tonight in that 7 machine. Carter Long sets him loose. We're back underway.
Michael Tunn starts to lead him down the backstretch again. Him and Cecil Burbridge start to pull out. Bentley Slider tried to move out in the line and he fell back a couple spots. He's now battling with the 14 of Diesel Montour and falls back a little bit more to the 18G of Grayson Palace. Back out in front though, the top two are going to start to get on some lap traffic, but nope, Zayd and Miller pulls in the infield, so they got nobody ahead of them for miles, but the battle is heating up out there.
Cross flags, 10 laps left to go for Michael Tunn. Cecil Burbridge catching up to that 7 machine. Everett Burbridge got in the infield there on the front straightaway. He gathers it back up. Caution flags out, Diesel Montour around.
Beginner champion moving up to box stocks now. Draws the next yellow. He'll get it spun back around and will rejoin the field here. Only 4 laps left to go in this box stock race.
Back to 14. Okay, we're good.
Yellow flag out here. Just about ready to go. Car lineup looks good to me. Although I don't know any.
That's not saying much.
I know. to me, that's why I put to me there. Because if I'm wrong, you can say, well, it's me.
That's just my opinion. It's like saying that's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, I guess so. White flag is out. One more time around. 9 laps left to go here. Green flag and Michael Tunn will lead him off against Cecil Burbridge. Trails behind.
Down the back straightaway, Michael Tunn trying to hold on to the lead. Cecil Burbridge at the head of steam. Looks to the outside. Cuts back down to the bottom. Tunn shutting the door.
Bit of contact there. Andy Gray and Declan Saul Johnson got into it a bit. I think Andy Gray picked up a pylon 2 there. That'll draw another yellow flag here.
You want to turn it back to 15?
The same.
Yeah.
What lap are we on right now? What lap are we on right now?
12. So do you want to make it 15?
Tell 5 to go.
Figuring out some lineup and now some lapping things here. Gonna shorten the race. 5 laps left to go here. Gonna make it a quick shootout here. Michael Tunn, your leader. So it's going to be a 5-lap shootout to finish out this race. Green flags back out. Michael Tunn and Cecil Burbridge are going to lead him off. But now Grayson Maloney, he's seen to pick up some speed. So he's going to follow and try and make it a 3-way pull away.
Michael Tunn holding on to the lead. Cecil Burbridge throwing everything he's got at the 7 machine. The bottom is definitely the fastest way around the track tonight.
Silas Podwinski, Diesel Montour, and Bentley Slider were going 3 wide there, 1 lap to go. Back out in front, though, Michael Tunn is starting to pull away, and Cecil Burbridge made a bit of a slip-up. Yellow flag. Nope. We stay under green. Andy Gray spins it back around right in front of the leaders. Michael Tunn flies off a little bit, and now Cecil Burbridge will take the lead, but the yellow flag is out.
Everett Burbridge goes around. The pylons are all over the racetrack. Yard sale out there.
I was going to say a couple pylons are added to the list of casualties. Zero to C of Cecil Burbridge is your new leader, I believe. Just trying to figure out some lineup issues here.
14, you're going tail. Or it is the pylon. Tell me that's your car spot.
Dieselmont Tour is getting the call to go to the tail for causing the caution there.
Why are they stopping?
Yes. That's all I got to say. Yes.
Just trying to figure out some lineup issues here. Like you said, these Mobile One Beginner Micro Sprints are one of the toughest divisions to get rolling properly because, of course, for some of these drivers, they're young and, you know, they got to learn the ropes of the racing. So, of course, can't exactly put all the blame on them.
Someone in the comments said they bring us that Roma pizza. Is that the stuff without the cheese?
No.
Yeah, Clint's laughing.
I'm going on strike if I even catch a whiff of it outside. If I see the box.
Clint likes it, right? You like that stuff?
That probably
He can get through it. See, that's not he likes it. He can get through it. If he has to eat it.
I get through everything I
Oh. Coming back to the green flag here, Michael Tunn, Cecil Burbridge, and Grayson Malloy. And right behind them, the field goes completely wild off the jump.
Down the max straightaway, Cecil Burbridge trying to make a position. They're all gargled up there on the max straightaway.
Zayden Miller goes for a bit of a spin, couple cars make some contact, and that will pull the yellow again.
Could not get a rhythm going here, and
just a
caution after caution.
Yeah, tough launch for these cards. Going to shorten the race here again to a green-white checkered shootout. So green-white checkered, that is the new situation for this race. Green-white checkered coming to the Golf Depot white flag now. One more time around before we send these carts back out.
Golf Depot white flag is out to a green-white checkered. Michael Tunn, Cecil Burbridge, and Grayson Malloy in the top three.
Got that one in. Coming back around to the green flag. Michael Tunn will lead up to the green flag. Cecil Burbridge hot on their tail. Green. Next time around will be the Golf Depot white flag. One more time around for these box stops.
And we've got them all around there on corners 1 and 2. White flag is shown. Yellow flag's back out.
Grayson Palace and Lincoln Obadiah, they get jumbled up to the 18 and the 81 because of that one. So got the call that the lineup is good, so going to come to the green flag pretty quickly here. Carter's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand. Won't be long here till we're right back at it.
stopping them back there.
They're running over each other and getting it together.
All right, white flag. White flag.
Coming to the Golf Depot white flag. One more time around before we send these carts off again.
Stay on the back. Stay.
Down the max straightaway, Carter along with the green flag in hand, and he'll cut them loose off of 4.
Michael Tunn will lead him off once again. Cecil Burbridge hot on his tail. They'll come around to the white flag this time. One more lap to go for your leader, Michael Tunn. Zayden Miller goes for a bit of a spin, but he keeps it back under control. How will the lap traffic affect the final race?
Michael Tunn gets guard. Yellow flag is out. Bentley Slider around on 3 and 4.
Bit of a slow launch here to get this green-white checkered going. Lineup is good. We will come to the white flag one more time around before we get back to this green-white checkered. Green flag is here. Coming around now. Carter's got the Golf Depot white flag in his hand. One more time around for Michael Tunn, and he's got a country mile back to second.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Michael Tunn through corners 3 and 4 picks up the win. Cecil Burbridge in second, and in third, Grayson Maloheen.
Declan Saul, Johnson, Diesel, Montour, Grayson Lozen, and Andy Gray will follow in suit. And that will do it for these Doty Creek agricultural box stocks. And Michael Tunn will pull it into Slack Lumber victory lane. Can you get these guys pieces, Jeff? We gotta see. That's all right. That 7 machine will come out. Family's gonna come get their picture taken. The mascot making his appearance here tonight. And Michael Tunn will come home a winner at the Micro Sprint Nationals here. The 7 gets it done in the Doty Creek Agricultural box stocks. Getting ready to roll out next is the GSR Junior Flats for their 15-lap feature. And they're just about ready to roll off here. Rolling out onto the track now. Rolling off first, it's Trent Lindbergh in the 3. And in second, it's Clayton Hagar in the 5JR. In third, it's the 00 Junior of Aubrey Penner. And in fourth, it's Emberlyn Pachelski in the 10. Rolling off fifth, it's the 51 of Evan Sauter. And rounding out the field in sixth, it's the 4 of Charlie Stewart. Golf Depot white flags out one more time around before we send off the third heat race, or the third feature of the Micro Sprint Nationals.
15 laps to distance, 6 carts here tonight. Trent Lindbergh, Clayton Hager on the front row for this one. Carter along with the double green flags in hand. We are underway.
Automatically here, Trent Lindbergh jumps out to a bit of a gap on second. Clayton Hager on that 5JR trying to catch up, but nobody can match that speed of the 3 machine. Aubrey Penner in third place. Their top 3 are all in an island from the rest of the pack.
Battle for fourth here as they make their way down the back straightaway side by side, going into 3.
Pacing around here, Lindbergh will start to work on putting some lap traffic down already. Clayton Hagar there, got some good pace in that 5 machine, but still nothing to catch up to the 3. Lindbergh is flying high.
All single filed out here. Not much action going on so far.
Field just pacing around here, rolling clean, rolling fast here. Clayton Hagar will put a car down. Aubrey Penner's flying pretty good there. But out front, it is all Trent Lindbergh.
Lindbergh getting by some of the slower cars here. Clayton Hager still sitting in the second spot. Aubrey Penner in third with the 51 machine hot on her tail.
Rolling around here, Lindbergh will start to work on that 00 Junior of Aubrey Penner. Let's put them a lap down here. That 3 machine is fast. Rolling on the high side here, laps keep winding down, and it is all the 3.
Battles going on there with Aubrey Penner as the 3 of Lindbergh gets by some of the slower cars here. Down the back straightaway underneath.
Lindbergh will roll through, putting Aubrey Penner a lap down, and now we'll start to work on second place Clayton Hager there. And there you have it. Trent Lindbergh has lapped every single car except for himself. So your leader has got nobody in front of him, nobody behind him, and no challenge for this win here. Golf Depot, white flags out. One more time around for your leader, Trent Lindbergh. Trent Lindbergh will come around and he'll get it done here. He is the winner in the GSR Junior Flats. And he'll pull that gorgeous 3 machine around into Slack Lumber Victory Lane. And there you have it. Trent Lindbergh in the 3 machine will pull it into Slack Lumber Victory Lane, get his picture taken with the checkered flag. And that'll do it for the GSR Junior Flats. Getting ready to roll out next are our intermediate class. Starting to get a good pace rolling around here. Three more features left to go. Getting ready to roll out next. We got 17 intermediates here. Hope I don't run out of breath.
No, you will.
I know. Well, let's waste no time here. 20 laps the distance for these intermediate carts, and rolling off first is the 18 of Elliott Stacy. And in second, it's Lucas Bergman in the 88L. In third, it's the 628 of Zach Lindbergh. And in fourth, it's Ryan Fontaine in the 50JR. In fifth, it's Callum Clements in the 88C. And in sixth, it's the 22 of Riker Hall. In seventh, it's Mac Lewis in the 05. And in eighth, it's Jameson Kane in the 88. In ninth, it's Cale Brunning in the 19. And in 10th, it's the 7G of Ryan Grazat. In 11th, it's Tobin DeLima in the 90, and in 12th, it's Jack Ruchai in the 17R. Rolling off 13th, it's Shakira General in the 44. 14th is Rowan Reed in the 88. In 15th, it's Thomas McGale in the 629, and in 16th, it's the 28 of Macy DeFoy. And rounding up the field, it's Liam Schwedick in the 28.
And junior 1. There was only...
We said we have a junior, we have a beginner race, but in that, we got 3 different classes here, and that's all all juniors. So we have junior there, beginner,
If you're count 3. You're count 3.
3 winners?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And the intermediate division makes their way onto the racetrack for their A main.
Lineup been given out. So these carts are ready to do battle here. Automatically we'll start working on doubling up and getting ready to roll off here.
Got one stop in the bottom of 1 and 2. And that'll halt to the beginning of this race.
Slow jump here. Another shortened race, only 15 laps is the distance for these intermediate carts. As they still are working on that. Going to the Golf Depot white flag one more time around before we send these carts off for a 15-lap shootout here.
15 laps the distance. Stacy Bergman on the front row. Green flag is out.
Elliott Stacy will immediately jump out and lead him going to the turn. And a 3 wide back for third place.
Ryan Fontaine in the mix. Caleb Clements as they make their way through 3 and 4. A big gargle up there for that third spot.
Two of them spun around, and oh, we got more spinning around here. Two spun around 1 lap ago, but managed to keep it under control, spun back around, but now the yellow flag's drawn out. So yellow flag is out here for these intermediate carts. Still a lot of racing left to do, so you're going to want to stick around.
So I'll figure out
Field still pacing around here. Yellow flag out as we try and figure out some lineup issues.
Pacing around the racetrack. I believe we're trying to figure out the lineups here.
One lap complete. So, come back around. 14 laps to go in this 15-lap race. Golf Depot white flag is being displayed in Carter's hand, so one more time around before we send these carts out.
Going green this time. 1 lap, 14 to go.
Coming around here, and Elliott Stacy back on the loud pedal will lead him going into turn 1 and 2.
Stacy down the back straightaway, your leader, as he makes his way through corners 3 and 4. Lindbergh sitting in the second spot. Caleb Clements in third. Ryan Fontaine now looking to get in the mix with Tovin de Lima.
Tovin de Lima, your champion in the GSR Junior Flats, rolling pretty steadily in third there, trying to make a move on the outsiders. Got some good pace in that Snips 9D machine, rolling around the high side now.
Elliott, Stacy, and Lindbergh all out in their own little world right now, catching up to the tail end of the field as they make their way down the max straightaway. Stacy just that much faster than Lindbergh, and he goes around. That'll bring out the caution flag.
Stacy just couldn't keep control of it, goes for a bit of a spin, so that is going to shake things up here in this feature race. Elliott Stacy got a lot of speed there in that 18 machine, so let's see if they can claw their way right back up. Have a solid finish here.
Still 2 more features to go after this one. Open micro sprints and Huffman Restoration senior flat carts. Once we get over with this one.
Finishing out there. Open micro sprints, they're ready to duke it out. The most carts we've ever had all season here. So that's going to be an interesting race. And then after that, the senior flats, who always put on a good show, they're next to follow.
Pacing around, trying to figure out the lineups here. 17 cars deep. Elliott Stacy spun there on the bottom of 3. He'll start at the back of the pack for this one. That puts Lindbergh up to the leader position over Caleb Clements and Tovin de Lima.
Coming back here, single file restart. Ready to go back racing here. Still trying to figure out some lineup issues as they pace around here. The 18 of Matt Reed joins the tail of end of the field, I believe.
What's the number on the 5th place car, please? 05.
Still trying to figure out some lineup issues here. I believe the lineup is good, so should be coming to the Golf Depot white flag this time around. But while we got a chance, we'd like to thank Hoffman Home Improvements, your interior and exterior renovation specialist, sponsor of the Senior Flats, who are short to come next.
Golf Depot white flag is shown to the leader. One more time around till we go green.
Lucas Bergman will lead them to the green flag. Callum Clements in second there. Tovin DeLima. Then Ryan Fontaine. That's your top four. Coming to the green flag here. Bergman will lead them going into turn 1 and 2. And Tovin DeLima wastes no time putting the heat on the 88.
DeLima all over the back end. Callum Clements looks to the inside. Clements goes around.
Yellow flag is back out. And Clements throws his hands up in disappointment. But we'll turn it back around and continue racing, but we are under the yellow here.
I learned last time. It's all in yellow last
Yellow flag is out, and the field will slowly come to a crawl here as they pace around. Take a look at the replay here. Callum Clements and Tovin DeLima. Just looks like Callum lost it there, and the field splits him, throws the hands up in disappointment. So tough to see there, but he's got a lot of speed, so good chance we can see him try and make a charge back.
Track is definitely slicked off.
Yeah, I mean, especially compared to what weather some of these drivers have been dealing with, where the precipitation comes in and just makes everything a bog, so much traction here, and then have this gorgeous slick track looking like a Friday night. Always interesting, gonna shake things up, especially here at the Micro Sprint Nationals. Coming back to the green flag, Bergman, DeLima, and Fontaine, your top three. Here we go again.
Back underway here on Ohsweken Speedway down the match straightaway. Tovin DeLima sitting in the second spot, sets his sights on Lindbergh.
Bergman starts to spread a gap between first and second. Tovin DeLima's got some speed now. He's trying to catch up to Bergman there. Halfway home for these intermediate carts. And flying around here, it is all Bergman.
Yellow flag is back out, one around on corner number 4.
That is the...
So about that popcorn chicken.
Don't get me started now. Well, I'll be right back.
Go for it, buddy. Go for it. Live your dreams. You're going to be seeing them in your dreams tonight.
Oh, I don't doubt it. No, what I'm going to be seeing, I'm going to be seeing the fried pickles in my dreams tonight.
Clint's going to be seeing the Roma pizza. That's his favorite.
Don't talk about it, because then he's going to buy it.
Like 1 year at Brighton, he had like 2 or 3 boxes of it.
Really?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember it. Still pacing around here. Lineup is good. Coming to the Golf Depot white flag. One more time around before we send these intermediate carts back off again. Eight laps complete, so just over halfway here.
Carter along the green flag in hand. We are back underway.
Bergman will lead him going into turn 1 and 2. Tovin DeLima will follow suit pretty quickly now. Top 2 start to pull away from the rest of the field, but there's a pretty good battle between Elliott Stacy and that 50J of Fontaine. Stacy, what a crawl back, and oh, they're getting rough back there.
Fontaine clipped the back end to Stacy there. Stacy did a good job holding on to that one. 5 laps left to go.
It's now or never for Tovin DeLima. Wants to catch up, but Bergman's just got such fast pace there. Can't get it done. The yellow flag is back out. We got a slow car off the edge of turn 1 and 2.
4 laps still left on the board.
Believe that is the 05 of Mac Lewis there. Gently push off. Call it the lineup is good, so they're going to come back to the Golf Depot white flag here. One more time around. Under 5 laps left to go here for this intermediate class.
Green flag is back out here as they make their way down the front straightaway into corners 1 and 2. Elliott Stacy from the back of the pack up to the 3rd spot as they make their way down the back straightaway. Elliott Stacy looks to the inside of Tovin DeLima. DeLima shuts the door.
Carts go back around. The 80 of Jamison Kane there gets it spun right back around. Green flag stays out though. Tovin DeLima's facing a lot of heat from that 18 machine of Elliott Stacy. Laps keep winding down. Stacy dives to the inside, and we got a battle for 2nd place.
2 to go as they make their way down the front straightaway. Stacy now in the 2nd spot. Tovin DeLima back down to the inside. Scrubs off some speed there in 1 and 2. Golf Depot white flag is out.
One more time around for your leader, Lucas Bergman. He's going to pull it around down the backstretch. He's got nobody in front of him, nobody behind him, and he'll win in the intermediate class. Lucas Bergman in the 80L will pull it home.
Lindbergh picks up the A main win here tonight. He'll pull it into Slack Lumber Victory Lane.
Zach Lindbergh will pull that 6:28. I mistook the driver there. So he'll pull it into Slack Lumber Victory Lane. So Zach Lindbergh in the 6:28 will get it done here in the intermediate class, and there's 2 features left to go.
Lindbergh with a good night here, pulls it into Slack Lumber Victory Lane. Up next, the William Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints for their A main. 12 carts here tonight.
2 features left to go.
All lined up. And your A main looks like this, starting on the pole. At Welland, it's the Hammer. Brennan Hager and his outside at Hagersville in the 24K. That's Kiana Teal. Rolling off for the 3rd spot at a Six Nations in the 0J, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller. And his outside at a Burlington in the 11 machine, that's Jacob Ross. Rolling off for the 5th spot at a St. Thomas in the 11B, that's Norm Burnett. And his outside at a Dorchester in the 7 machine, that's Jack Smulders. Rolling off for the 7th spot, also at Dorchester in the 00, that's Greg Smulders. And his outside at Harrisburg in the 71 machine, it's Flying Ryan Wilson. Rolling off for the 9th spot, at a St. Williams in the 41 machine, that's Jack Burbridge. And his outside, at a Simcoe in the 13, that's Bryce McConnell. And starting in the final row inside in the 13G at a Woodstock, that's Skylar G. And her outside at a Hagersville in the 4T, it's Chris Teal.
Open drivers, this will be a 20-lap race. 20 laps.
20 laps here for the Open Micro Sprints.
Fired up and warmed up.
As they pace their way around the racetrack, starting to take their double formation. These William Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints getting ready to put on a show. This will be an exciting one to watch. The champion starting on the pole, Kiana Teal. To his outside, Down the back straightaway as they take their formation. Johnny Miller, a seasoned veteran here in this division. Jacob Ross, new to this racetrack. He's been good so far tonight. This is going to be an exciting feature to watch.
Yeah, Jacob Ross has had a great performance here tonight, keeping up with some of the locals that are running here. My eyes are going to be on the 96 of Brennan Hager there. The Hammer.
Drivers told to find their spots as they fall into their formation. Brennan Hager and Kiana Teal still pacing around here. Carter Long giving them the white flag.
Golf Depot white flags out one more time around till Brennan Hager and Kiana Teal are going to launch them off here.
2 by 2, 12 carts here tonight. Brennan Hager, Kiana Teal on the front row for this one. The William Brothers Heating and Cooling Open Micro Sprints pace down the max straightaway for the final time. Through 3 and 4, Carter along the double green flags in hand. We are underway.
Kiana Teal jumps up to a hot start. Brennan Hager follows suit. Yellow flag is back out. Kiana Teal's getting the warning for jumping the start there. Going to be a complete restart, getting the quick call for them to jump back up together. Coming to the Golf Depot white flag. One more time around until we restart and send them back off.
Complete restart. Kiana Teal given a warning. Do not jump. Brennan Hager, still your pole sitter. Still 20 laps left to go. Carter Long brings those double green flags back out. Down the max straightaway, ready to get them back underway. Through 3 and 4, Carter Long shows them the green flags. We're back underway.
Brennan Hager will lead them into turn 1 and 2. Kiana Teal and Johnny Miller, they're getting pretty contact. Yellow flag is back out. Chris Teal and Greg Smolders go for a bit of a spin. And that will redraw the yellow flag.
Complete restart is called. Still 20 laps on the board for this one. Cannot find the rhythm to get this one going.
Line up good with those guys go to the back.
Pacing around now, the field will bunch back up together. Nice, tight, square, and even.
Show me the white, guys. White coming out. Lights are out. We're going this time.
Golf Depot white flag is shown again. The champion Hager still the pole sitter here. Ready to get this one back underway. 20 laps the distance. Carter Long brings the green flag back out. Hopefully for one more time. And the green flag has been dropped. We're back underway.
Brennan Hager will lead him down the front stretch. Johnny Miller will dive by and he'll take the lead going down the back stretch now. Kiana Teal on the outside. Hager falls back a little bit and Jacob Ross slams into his tail.
Johnny Miller out to an early lead. Going through 1 and 2. Hager fall back to the 3rd spot. Jacob Ross in 4th. Norm Brunette, Jack Smolders, and Race McConnell are going at it.
Johnny Miller's trying to hold off Kiana Teal in the 24K. She's got a lot of speed. Let's see if she can make it happen on the outside. She dives the inside. Doesn't quite happen yet. Johnny Miller's still holding on.
Kiana Teal keeping it low. Trying to get to the inside of Johnny Miller. Miller playing tough defense. This is definitely a one-lane track.
Almost let it slip up a little bit there. Kiana Teal just about has her foot in the door. Yellow flag is out. Chris Teal goes for a spin. Huffman Home Improvement Senior Flats getting ready to roll out next.
Just gotta give me 1 second.
Field still pacing by here.
4K, or 4T rather, all fired back up. Single file restart. Johnny Miller out to a lead. White flag is shown. Kiana Teal sitting in the second spot. The Hammer sitting in third. Jacob Ross. Bryce McConnell, the top 5.
Single file pacing around here, ready to go.
Going this time.
Coming to the green, Johnny Miller, Kiana Teal. She's hot on the OJ's tail. Green flag's back out, and she immediately tries to look for a way around.
Down the back straightaway, Johnny Miller staying tight to the bottom. Race McConnell to the outside, making a charge for third. Goes high. Sort of losing those, cannot find the speed down the front straightaway.
Yeah, tried to make it happen on the outside and just letting it rip, but not too much to make work down there. Back out in front, though, Johnny Miller's holding on to that first place spot, but Kiana Teal follows suit, trying to make something happen. She puts her tire in the door there, doesn't quite have it yet. Miller's still holding on to the first place spot.
Teal all over the back end of that 0J machine. Hager and Jacob Ross, the top 4, kind of spread apart. Ryan Wilson in 5th. Hager looking to the outside of Kiana Teal, going down the back straightaway. The bottom's just got that run that you can't get on the outside.
Kiana Teal goes to the inside there, takes down 2 pylons. Still holding on to that second place spot now. And now Brennan Hager was trying to make a move, but yellow flag is out.
We got some, we got a gear seal there on the front straightaway.
Kiana Teal struck 2 cones there and drew 1 out onto the front stretch.
Single file drivers, I was sorted out. 0J, then the 11th, then the 96. After the 96.
Figuring out the lineup here before we go back to a single file restart.
Well, she
I'll see what the deal is. 24, Teal, you hit the cone. We're not going to argue about it. To the back, please.
Kiana Teal trying to protest. Now she'll fall back to the tail here.
Let it go. White flag is down. We're going this time. Single file. Close the tail. Let's go.
Bit of smoke coming from out of the back of one of those cars there on the tail.
Jacob Ross moves up at the second spot. Carter Long, green flag is shown. We're back underway.
Oh, Ross just immediately stopped right there. Yellow flag is out. Don't know what happened there. Just like Ross couldn't pull off there. Caused a bit of a pile up.
Remember what happened there at 11, Ross installed.
Tough break for those pylons.
Oh boy.
They're taking a beating.
Well, tonight is their last night in service for the season here, so
We'll get put in the pylon closet. I don't know what we call it.
I don't know.
They kind of just sit in the corner.
Where are they?
Oh, it's under somebody's tire.
I guess. Salute to all the pylons that have suffered damage this year. Figuring out some lineup issues there. Brennan Hager just jumped right back up to 3rd place.
Johnny Miller, Jack Smolders, Brennan Hager, the top 3. Greg Smolders and Norm Brunette, the top 5, just sitting outside. Burbridge and Teal. Yellow flag still shown pacing around the racetrack. Trying to figure out some lineup, I believe. Jacob Ross sent to the back after that kerfuffle. Best way to put it.
That's a good word. Yellow flag still out as we try to figure out the punishment for the drivers involved in the wreck, the crash.
Okay, we're going to complete restart. Let's hang on a second. Because actually, I can't pace around with that. Taking it left.
Continue pacing around here.
Let's start. Zero's got to go better. We can't have this stall. We're going to restart this line. Yes.
0, 11, 96, 71, 7, 13R, 00, 11B, 41.
Getting a bit jumbly there. Figuring out some lineups, and Jacob Ross once again stalls on the front stretch.
Still one more feature to go after this one. Huffman Restoration Senior Flats.
Getting the lineup organized here. Just about ready to go.
Okay, Zero, pick up that pace. Get everybody stalled behind you. Crack 4 cars.
Trying to get everybody lined up and ready to go here.
White flag's up.
Coming to the Golf Depot white flag here. One more time around before we set him off.
Come on, Zero, a little bit quicker. Get out of the start a little behind you. Go this time.
Back underway here. Johnny Miller leads him to the green flag. Jacob Ross still sitting in the second spot.
Jacob Ross immediately trying to go to work on Johnny Miller. Miller pulls away there. Ross trying to make some moves on the outside line. Yellow flag is back out. Race McConnell goes for a spin there in turn 2.
Line is good, 13 in the back, right? Line is good, 13 in the back.
Should just be a simple send to Race McConnell. Should just send him to the back quickly and restart the field. Should be good to go pretty soon.
Line is good. Lights are up. Go next time. 11, get behind.
Coming to the green flag next time around.
Go this time.
Green flag is back out for Johnny Miller. Ross sticks his nose to the inside, and
Everybody gets jumbled up there. Brendan Hager's involved. Connor Ross is involved. One more is involved. Not Connor Ross. Jacob Ross is involved. Oh my gosh.
we're losing it.
I know, I've been losing it. Whew. So many names. Connor, Jacob Ross involved in that. Jacob Ross involved in that. Brendan Hager there. One more. Look at the replay there. Just looked like Jacob cooked it a bit too much. Got into the back of Johnny Miller there and just went for a spin, and a couple cars couldn't avoid him. So the 11 collects 2 more.
Somebody pushed into the infield. He is done for the night. Johnny Miller's still your leader, and we got Jack Smulders and his father, Greg Smulders, sitting in the 3rd spot. Kiana Teal made her way back up from the back of the pack to the 4th spot. Norm Burnett rounds out the top 5. Burbridge and McConnell just sitting outside. And Carter Long picks up the green flag. We're going green this time by. Green flag is out.
Johnny Miller will lead him out. He jumps out a bit to lead. The Smulders follow in suit, and Kiana Teal in 4th place there. She's trying to make something happen on Greg Smulders in the 0-0.
Teal down to the inside, trying to stick her nose there on Smulders. Not able to make it happen here. Johnny Miller's still your leader. He's been dominant so far. Kiana Teal shoots her shot there, makes it to the 2nd spot. The buy one, get one free.
Now she's going to set her sights on the 0J at Johnny Miller. Miller's got a lot of pace running on that inside line, but so does Kiana Teal. So she's going to try and make some moves, and she's getting closer and closer, but the yellow flag is back out.
One around on the bottom, 3 and 4. And that will bring the caution flag back out one more time.
14, second yellow takes the 5th. 4, second yellow takes the 5th.
Chris Teal there involved in that spin, so he's getting the black flag and will take it to the pits. Laps keep winding down here.
Come on, forward to the pits of the infield. Let's go.
Field rolling by here. Won't be long until we go back.
Lights are out, going this time. Here we go.
Green flag is back out. Still 8 laps left to go for Johnny Miller. Smolders going at it side by side. McConnell sticks his nose, trying to get to the outside of Smolders. Smolders shuts the door.
McConnell has got some good pace now. He's working to the inside of Greg Smolders in the 0-0 there. The 13 machine will pull away. He's got the third place spot, and he'll set his sights on the 24K of Kiana Teal.
Teal all over the back end of the 0J. Looks down the back straight away. Johnny Miller keeping it nice and tight down to the bottom. 5 laps left to go.
Johnny Miller gonna hold on to that first place spot, but Kiana Teal's getting closer and closer every lap. Oh, and Race McConnell takes it back down on the inside, collects a pylon, and he'll park it in the infield. We stay green. Johnny Miller is still holding on to that first place spot.
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag is back out.
You got something on the track right in front of you there.
Less than 5 laps left to go here in this open micro sprint feature.
Connell fired it back up. White flag is shown for Johnny Miller. Been dominant so far in this A main. Still one more to go after this one. Kiana Teal in second. Smolders, and Jacob Ross top 5.
4 laps left to go, coming to the green flag. Let's see if Kiana Teal has anything for Johnny Miller this time around. She immediately jumps out to the outside, and they're side by side going through turn 1 and 2.
Teal all over the back end of that 0J. Works her way through 3 and 4, trying to stick the nose down to the bottom. Miller just so dominant.
Teal's just trying to throw whatever she has at the 0J machine. 2 laps left to go for Johnny Miller, and it's checkers or wreckers for Kiana Teal.
2 to go for Miller. Looks to the outside. Miller getting that run off the bottom that she can't find on the top. Gulf deep, but white flag is out for Miller.
Miller's got good pace, running down on the bottom. Kiana Teal trying to catch up. Pulls it around, and Johnny Miller will win in the open micro sprints here. Kiana Teal take it home in second. And that was an exciting one.
0J, my winner, brings me today. Everybody else, thanks for a fantastic year. See you in 26.
Miller picks up the win here tonight. He'll pull it into Slack Lumber victory lane. Led about every lap of this race. He was really good in that 0J.
Yeah, that Cool Kids Ice and Water Canada Fuel Steyers Brothers Racing 0J machine.
Let's bring it out. We're going to paint you around. We'll start checking transponders here. Let's go.
Senior Flats up next. The Huffman Restoration Senior Flats, that is. 22 cars deep. 20 laps the distance for this A main. Getting told to get on the racetrack and start pacing, starting on the pole for this one. Out of Burlington in the 18, that's Adam Cisoletta is outside. And a Thorold in the 45, that's Jamie Porter. Pulling off for the 3rd spot. Out of Welland, that's Carter Gabriel, and his outside of the 3 machine, that is Liam Daniels. Rolling off for the 5th spot, out of Thorold in 751, that's Nick Capolo. And his outside out of St. Catharines in the 76 machine, that is Ty Goudreau. Rolling off from the 7th spot out of Ohsweken in the 44, that's Robbie General. And his outside out of Hamilton in the 33H, that's Mark Husband. And rolling off for the 9th spot out of Dunville in the 12th machine, that's Nicholas Boyd. And his outside in the 15 machine, that is Anthony Verdi. And rolling off from the 11th spot out of Paris in the 78 machine, that's Matt Reed. And to his outside of the 44B out of Port Colborne, that's Cameron Ulm. Out of St. Catharines in the 27C, that's Dick Dilton. His outside, that's Ron McGarry in the 33 machine. Chris DeLima makes up row number 8. Inside to his outside, Elaine Obb. And rolling off from the 9th row inside, Cameron Book. And his outside, Bailey Salt. Making up row number 10, the 14D, that's Caleb Dick. And Mike Miller in the 73 to the outside, Jack McPhail in the 42. Makes up row 11 inside, and his outside making out the rest of the field out of Wellingport. And 71, that is Jamie Ruchai. Bit of a mouthful there.
Yeah.
I was losing my breath.
Watch out, Cameron Book starting back there. He's a very fast driver, so let's see what he can do. Green flags out for the final feature of the night. Porter and Stasilla will lead him down the backstretch.
Stasilla down the back straightaway. Your leader going into corners 3 and 4. Stasilla leads lap number 1. Wow, got one little loosey-goosey there. And we got one around.
Drivers get a little bit squirrely. Nicholas Boy there will keep it spun back around, but he's now watching out the lap. Adam Cecil, your leader, is now staring him down. Porter there on third. He's duking it out for third place with Nick Kupalo there.
Sticilla leading him down the max straightaway. Gabriel sitting in the second spot. Porter in third. Nick Kupalo in the 7.51 in fourth. And all over the tail end. Looks to the inside. We got to move for fourth.
Things are starting to get pretty heated. Porter's now in a battle for second place. And now he'll get it. And now he'll take a look and try to work on that first place spot of Adam Cecilla. They're side by side, drag racing down the front stretch into turn 1 and 2 now. Porter's got the edge, but Cecilla's right there trying to fight for it back.
What a round. Wow. That was almost a hard hit there, but yellow flag is out. 14 laps to go still. You doing all right over there?
Me? No.
No.
I haven't been doing all right since, I don't even know what feature was, but I'm here.
Present.
Yeah. What about you?
Yes. Fair. That's all I gotta say right now.
Final feature event of the night, coming to the Golf Depot white flag. Jamie Porter will lead him around. Adam Cecil will follow in second. That battle for the lead was heating up. For the yellow was Drew, so let's see if Cecilla can fight and claw back to that first place position. He's got the speed. He's got to play his cards right.
Green flag is shown. We are back underway. 14 laps left to go.
Jamie Porter jumped out to a big lead there. And will lead him going down the front stretch. Adam Cecil is now trying to hold on to his second place spot. Things are getting pretty squirrely there, and he goes around.
And the caution flag is back out.
Adam Cecil getting out of his cart. Trying to get it refired up back there. Yellow flag still out as the field is pacing around here.
Line up as good drivers, just waiting for your turn 2.
So they're going to lift Stasilla's cart, put it into the infield, so he's done. Jamie Porter, your leader, coming to the green this time by.
Green flag is back out here at Ohsweken Speedway. Down the max straightaway, getting this feature underway. 13 to go, 12 by the flag stand.
Jamie Porter there will immediately start to work on that gap from first to second. He's got a lot of pace here. Things are starting to get heated, especially further down on in the pack. Matt Reed and Cameron Owen, they're duking out. Cameron Book is in there too, and he goes for a bit of a spin. Draws the yellow flag there. Calling for a single file restart and that the lineup is good. Coming to the white flag now.
Complete 11 to go, drivers. 11 to go, officials.
11 laps left to go here in this race. Coming back to the green flag, Jamie Porter in the 45.
Looking to the outside, all over the back end of Jamie Porter. Cross flags are out. 10 laps left to go.
76 machine trying to make it work on Jamie Porter there. Doesn't quite have it yet. That 45 is starting to pull away. Further on back in the field. Cars start to single file out. Everybody running pretty smoothly.
Goudreau up to the second spot. Now looking to take over the lead position over Porter. Top 3, top 4 all spread out. Nick Capolo, he's got a ton of heat behind him. As they make their way down the match straightaway, the battle for fourth is definitely heating up here. Anthony Verdi in the mix too.
Everybody's getting a little car, goes around, keeps it under the green flag. We stay racing. Kuplo starting to pull away from that battle there. And the leaders are neck deep in lap traffic trying to navigate their way through. Jamie Porter there is weaving through. Only a few laps left to go here for your leader, Jamie Porter. And he's starting to pull away with this one.
Yellow flag has been called. Caution back out. 3 to go at the tail end of this one.
This is going to be a pretty interesting finish, and there's a great look at how slick the track has got. Glossy there. The field pace around, there's your leader, Jamie Porter.
You guys can take it to the bits. I've had enough of your bullshit tonight running over each other. Just take it to the bits.
People are getting pretty squirrely here. Emotions are flying high in this final feature race of the night.
These guys are running each other over. Take it to the bits. 70-12. You're done. Well, that means you two. Let's go.
Matt Reed and the 12 of machine of Nicholas Boyd getting sent to pits. Some unsportsmanlike conduct between those two.
So who should we go on the pitch? Just the 78?
Another cart getting pushed off there.
Okay, Travis, we've got 3 laps to go. Lights are out. Come for the white this time.
Coming to the Golf Depot white flag this time around.
Single file restart. 3 laps left to go on the board. Cart along the green flag back in hand. Jamie Porter, we're back underway.
Jamie Porter starts to pull away there. Goudreau, the 76 machine, follows in suit.
1 around to the front straightaway. He gets it turned back around. 2 to go for Jamie Porter. Down the front straightaway, sitting in the second spot. Ty Goudreau had a start from the back due to a caution. Made his way back up in the second spot. Golf Depot white flag is out. Jamie Porter, 1 lap left to go.
Goudreau trying to follow behind, but doesn't quite have it. He's got nobody in front of him, and he'll win the final feature event of the Micro Sprint Nationals. Jamie Porter in the 45.
Porter picks up the win here at Ohsweken Speedway. He'll pull it into Slack Lumber Victory Lane, and that'll conclude A-Main Racing for the night.
Jamie Porter gets it done. It was long, hard-fought victory. His 45 machine, so he'll get to celebrate and pull it into Slack Lumber Victory Lane. The final feature of the night, and that will end night 1 of the Nationals here at Ohsweken Speedway with the Micro Sprint Nationals. Jamie Porter gets it done.
He'll get his picture there in Victory Lane. That'll conclude night 1 of the Nationals weekend here at Ohsweken Speedway. Tomorrow, we've got the Mini-Stock Thunderstock Nationals, Friday Night Crazy Sprint Nationals, and on the Saturday, It's the big show. 360 Sprint Car Nationals here at Ohsweken Speedway, all live here on GeForce TV. And that'll conclude tonight's races. On behalf of the Steyers family, all staff here at Ohsweken Speedway, and on behalf of Jackson Jeffrey, I'm McLean Callan saying so long. We'll see you here live on GeForce TV tomorrow night.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GeForce TV. GeForce TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.